Welcome back. We're experiencing tech support issues as per usual, which is not really a stranger or something new to the stream. Kate is muted right now because he's helping AJ figure out how to internet. Welcome back. Last we left off, the party had settled in Air IL, and definitely nothing spooky was going to happen. They had a peaceful day at court planned, and that's exactly how it went. It was a peaceful day at court until it wasn't. And then it really wasn't. Some key players showed up. A god of secrets made contact with Zamani to try and help her, perhaps steal her own soul back. A great old deity came to visit Calicindir to see who was trying to resurrect his brother. And Samael showed up uninvited to the party.
Rude.
He offered an exchange. Jarenvir for a hostage. A fair enough trade. You all chose not to go with it, and he said if you wish to make him the villain of this story, he doesn't mind, and chose one of the most susceptible members to mind control in the group and turned them on the party. Rainier, fighting back against the Sleeping Bloodline, saw death come to both Merkestiel and herself. Using up more of the resources of the party, you brought them both back to life. Interesting choice. And in the evening, a very touching moment was had as Merkestiel came to console Rainier. Everyone sleeps for the night and gets a long rest. You wake up the next morning, some of you feeling refreshed, some of you feeling ashamed, some of you just feeling like you really shouldn't have eaten as much at the feast last night. The morning comes too, and it's still a hustle and bustle around the castle. There's a lot of dignitaries are currently staying with you. It doesn't really feel, from what you know from the ambassador, that no one else is really expected to show up today, thankfully. There's not a formal court to be had, but people are still strewn around the castle to just make an assessment of what it is. Cassinder, now that you've been in RIL a bit, you feel yourself become acclimated to it. Keeping a keep means an army. And as such, an army requires training. As your soldiers get trained, so do you, and you will get a benefit from this from your keep. So you can choose from light armor training, which gives you advantage on dexterity checks while wearing light armor. Medium armor training, which gives you an extra 5 feet of movement while wearing medium armor that does not provoke opportunity attacks. Heavy armor training, Lamau, not going to say it. You can use bludgeoning training. When you score a critical hit, you get the target gets disadvantage in the next roll if you hit with a bludgeoning weapon. Finesse training. When an adjacent enemy damages you with a melee weapon, you may, as a reaction, make a melee weapon against the target. Piercing training, which deals an extra 1d6 to creatures wearing heavy armor if you use a piercing weapon. Reach training, if you hit a creature at reach, you can move up to 5 feet, and no opportunity attack on that. Realistically, I think it's in the Strongholds and Follower book, but for you, I would just recommend whatever armor you wear because you don't really use weapons.
I was gonna say the weapon, and I don't wear heavy armor.
Yes.
So just light armor. The light armor one makes the most sense.
Medium one also is good.
I don't wear medium at the moment.
What is Irazilic's armor?
It is studded level.
Yeah. So you have advantage on dexterity checks while wearing light armor. If that's what you want for you, that's okay.
Hey, that's what I've got at the moment, so I'm gonna go with it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As well as that, being the Lord of the Domain begins to have effects on the surrounding region. You noticed last night that the stars begin to blank out. Immediately, if it becomes an issue, you'll become aware of enemies within your hex. As soon as they enter, if they mean you harm.
Ooh.
Your serfs, so to speak, within your hex have chances of getting prophetic visions. And then most importantly, once per extended rest, you can cast the spell Dark Star as if an 8th level spell on an enemy anywhere within your hex.
Ooh, that's cool.
As well as that, you get the standard Warlock bonuses from having a Warlock's Keep. So I will read them out to you if you'd like. I'll read them out just so everyone knows.
That's cool.
So Dark Star is a chronomancy, but it just feels really, really on brand. So as well as
I'm
that,
looking at it now, it's definitely on brand.
while within your hex, in combat, I believe this is once per extended rest, or it might just be, no, stronghold action. So it's while if you're fighting within your, you can't use the same effect 2 rounds in a row. Stronghold
so it would
actions.
have been helpful the previous day against Samael.
You weren't quite acclimated to it yet.
Yeah.
You have to defend your stronghold before you get benefits, and you defended it yesterday. During combat, you can recover all spell slots as though you completed a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
You can fire an Eldritch Blast at each enemy you can see within 60 feet. Or you can summon a Celestial Servitor.
Alright.
This is a stronghold action. So, I believe these are meant to be... So you must be in the same hex, and you can't use the same effect 2 rounds in a row, and I believe once you use them all, you have to finish an extended rest. As well as that, you get your class feature improvement, Master Invoker. You qualify for Eldritch Invocations as though your Warlock level were 5 levels higher. You can do this for a number of invocation levels equal to your Stronghold level, which is 1.
Okay.
So you can have 1 invocation as if it was you were a 19th level Warlock, if that affects it.
That's insane.
That's cool.
I think there's some 17th level ones.
Yeah, there's some high level ones. That's really cool.
So you can start thinking on that. As the morning comes to, you make your way down to court, and we'll start with Callisinder. Just, Cade, how's things going? Any update? Any progress? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for it's reassuring thumbs up. But so, Callisinder, the morning comes to. You've got a renewed sense of confidence in your realm. You feel very well rested. You've now finished AJ's here, and I will fix the cameras.
No way. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Oh boy.
Thank you so much for your patience.
1 second
Kate,
then, stream.
you're a legend.
We're going to go up to a tech intermission page just so I fix the cameras. Okay, we have AJ back thanks to the lovely assistance from our very own Cadement. Thank you for that, by the way, Cade. It's usually me who gets dragged in to do this tech support shit, so it's nice to have someone else to do it.
I did 2 weeks of it. I know I'm doing 100%.
Look, 100% of the time. So, for what you missed there, AJ, everyone gets their good rests. Callisinder got benefits. He got light armor training from owning a keep, which gives him advantage on all dexterity saving throws while wearing light armor. He also got domain effects, so stars no longer appear at night within this hex. In his domain, he can sense any enemy that enters it. The serfs within the kingdom of his realm have chances of prophetic dreams, and once per extended rest he can cast the Dark Star 8th level spell on any enemy within the hex without needing to see them, mind you. It can just be someone who's entered and just go, fuck that person, just boom.
Wow,
but to be aware of them, they have to mean you ill intent.
Yeah.
So, general banditry, people coming in to, like, profit off the area, it's more direct harm to you.
It's like, fuck that guy in particular.
Yeah. As well as that, he has stronghold actions, so using them each once per... Well, I think... I'll have to read the rules on stronghold actions, although I don't know how often we'll be fighting in your stronghold. But he can recover all spell slots as though he completed a short rest using a stronghold action. He can fire an Eldritch Blast at every enemy within 60 feet, and he can summon a Celestial Servitor. And he also can qualify for an invocation as if 5 levels higher. So, as you make your way down in the morning, your ambassador, Vokatil Tarandin, is waiting for you in the kind of the grand hall, so to speak. As she sees you approach, she goes, Master Callisinder, I have good news for the day.
Yeah?
I received word from... Sorry, I'm not too sure of the pronunciation of local names. Vrendenwell?
I think that's right, from what I have heard.
As a thanks for your and the Kingfisher's service for removing the Darakul infection there, they have pledged a unit of archers to us.
Wonderful.
So everyone actually can do this. You can check your handout sections. There's a new folder for warfare units, where your Goliath Vanguard, your Inquisitor Guard, and Vrendenwell Archers are.
Hell yeah.
Ants?
I believe your strongest troop right now is your seasoned medium infantry with the Inquisitor Guard. Is the strongest. Each of them has unique abilities and what they can do. As you're talking,
sorry.
No, I was just more explaining mechanics. If you want to go ahead.
No, that's good. If you want to, if there's more mechanics to go through or anything.
So
yeah.
Each unit can be used for different things, as we're going to get through in a minute. There's certain missions that are deemed sort of like too low level for the Kingfishers as a whole right now, within the Hex, that you could waste your time doing, but at this stage it's probably better to train your units by doing them. You'll be presented with a few options today of possible missions to send them on, sort of like tutorial ones, and each one will be given a percentage dice roll at the end to see the level of success or failure that could come with it. Now.
So I imagine they'll be arriving within the next few days?
Yes, I believe so.
And do we need to construct anything for them? Extra accommodation to put them up, or? No,
within the keep size, it is fit to hold, for what is mechanics, three units is what you can hold as a level 1 keep. You'd have to build extra onto the city if you wanted that. Because when you finish your first level keep, you get 2 units plus the keep's level. And you've level 1 keep. Yeah. So this is your 3rd unit appearing.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so thank you for
a unit.
You're more than welcome. There is some small matters within the realm to discuss. Your Goliath Ambassador Varod wished to speak to you when your earliest convenience.
Very well. Is there anywhere that we can go that's a bit of a more of a private meeting space, or?
We have constructed a small library on the 2nd floor for such meetings, which is
perfect.
Very almost perfect to your visions. The war room that you now see realized in front of you. It does have a small map of Burton on it.
That's cool. Send him up here to meet me. And once we're finished, could you find, I believe her name is Sahiri, the bard, and send her up afterwards?
I think she's strewn around the small village that's forming. I will. Varod is waiting for you up there.
Oh, even better. Perfect. Thank you.
Cal, once you're done with all these meetings... Well, I assume we're all there for breakfast.
This is in the Grand Hall before breakfast, but you could be on your way to breakfast.
Yeah. Once you're done with all your keep stuff, could I have a word?
Of course, absolutely.
Just keep walking.
Breakfast is the most important thing, so understandable, Mercastile. So, Calisenda, you make your way up to this familiar but never in person before war room. The small library, bookshelves waiting to be filled with tomes. This large mahogany table that is actually kind of standoutish here. It doesn't really fit. As Rod's kind of looking down at it, proudly looking at the maps, he goes, Calisenda, it's a present.
No, it's beautiful.
So, I'm sorry to ask of you so early in the day, but some of my men from my mines came back. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Start with the bad news.
It's infested with ant eggs.
Right. And the good news?
It runs deep with silver.
Alright, well I suppose that is actually good enough to balance it out. How serious is this infestation of ant eggs? Yeah.
It's not too bad. Some of the vanguard I came down with can clear it out, but we'll be away from the keep for a few days. So this is one of the first missions offered to you for your units. there is a percentage dice that will be rolled when they return to see the result of their incursion. You can always send any unit you so wish. You could even send 2 units if you had more available, but it is never advised to leave your keep unguarded, because even the most novice of bandits will notice a castle emptied.
Yeah. And that would be a whole new thing for us.
Look, you have some capable people that could probably fight them off, but if they're still just a roaming banditers and such, Theo could still get overwhelmed, and whether or not, even if they manage to take it over, you could still see a lot of damage done. Or if worst case scenario, someone who's scrying on your keep sees it empty, it could be a bigger problem.
Shit. Well, good thing we don't know anyone who would do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
no one. By the way, Cal, did I hear ankegs? Can your boys also bring some back?
Depending on their success, they do get rewards for depending on what they do.
What's Rainier in this meeting?
Yeah, everyone's just popping up, just disappearing. It's so many secret passageways in Arrow Keep. Everyone just keeps slipping out. All right. Do you think we'll be able to handle it fairly easily, or will it require more specialist efforts?
My guys have fought ankegs before. It shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
As long as there's no brood mother, we should be okay.
Right. I imagine well below ankegs underground.
You're familiar with them.
Yeah.
They're not the most dangerous thing, but the problem is a hive could be anywhere between 4 to 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your so if we pull up your 2 unit cards, you have your Inquisitor Guard and your Goliath Vanguard. The big thing about your Goliath Vanguard over any other unit is they are heavily armored, which is a big thing for them. While they have less chance of attack, they have a higher power, defense, and their toughness is about the same, but currently they're also only a D4 size unit, which is what most things start off as to your core. They have 2 unique traits. They have their battle hymn. They have a bonus to morale, so equal to your commander's domain size, which is 1. As do allied units, and the other part of them is they have fearsome. They can instill the fear of battle on their enemies.
Cool.
Where your Inquisitor Guard would be a little bit more, more in numbers. Their morale is better, their attack bonus is better, their power is less, and their defense is less. But they also have the eternal feature, which they cannot be horrified or afraid of undead, which is very cool for your most common enemy. And they have the trait mobile. This unit has advantage on the command test when using a follow-up maneuver, which is for when we actually get to the actual grid of warfare. But for mechanics of these sorts of missions is they can kind of, if somewhere has to be done in a hurry, you'd probably send your Inquisitor Guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are also seasoned rather than regular.
Yeah. So
you do have your random archers on the way, but they're also green. They've never seen actual war yet, and
you probably wouldn't want to send them underground as well.
Throw them off the deep end.
Exactly where they.
These missions are great for training new troops. There is experience. One could go from green to regular, or regular to seasoned, or seasoned. It might take a few missions to go to veteran, or they might find different things within the caves. However, once these caves are unlocked. If they are unlocked, these mines, they will produce 500 gold a season, and have chances to increase your ability to improve armor and such for your troops,
which is really cool.
So I would recommend maybe till the end of the day till you hear more stuff, because your mine is about a half day just over away from you, so it'll be a full day's journey. But you don't know if you're going to hear more requests throughout the day, so maybe weigh up. It's not this is not a time-sensitive mission. And, well, the brood might get a little bit bigger, but I wouldn't be too worried. But hear the requests. You'll, as the Lord of the Realm in this area, you will get requests quite often, and sometimes you won't have enough troops to do them all. So it's always best to get to hear all your requests if possible before you make decisions.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'll see it handled before the end of the day today. I'll make sure to send one of our units out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just let me know if you wish me to mobilize them.
Of course. And if there's anything else for the mines that you need, just let us know.
We brought enough tools and such, but if stuff breaks, hopefully we get it self-sufficient before that happens.
Hopefully. Thank you, Robert.
He leaves, and you look down at the beautiful parchment map of the realm with a sense of pride in your domain. What do you wish to do? Do you wish to head down to breakfast? Is there anything you wish to do before you get to that?
Probably spend some time having breakfast, and then after breakfast, we'd be like, "Hey, Mikes, do we want to have our chat?"
Tahiri will come in the evening. She is busy
Yeah.
around the general. Like, she's kind of doing her best to get acquainted with the locals, the small homes that are springing up. Anna, is there anything you'd like to do in this morning before breakfast comes?
Nope. I got nothing.
Thank you. Perfect. Okay,
Nice.
breakfast is there anything anyone wishes to do pre-breakfast?
I would just hang out with Zelly. Nothing in particular, just to hang out.
Okay, I can make a note of that. So, as you all, yeah. go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say that AJ messaged me about a headcanon that Zamani does Merc's hair in the morning, and I've decided to make it come real.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's cute.
100%.
What
I
kind of
don't have time
hairstyle?
Just whatever she has normally had. It's just that Zamani ends up doing it for her, so it's like their little bonding time in the morning.
Yeah.
And then while that happens, I wanted to have a short little conversation with you real quick, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Castillo. Here's a lot. She's doing her hair and stuff. So I don't know shit about gods, and now I
Okay.
need to learn some shit about gods. But I really only care about one.
You need to learn about gods?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one in particular? One of mine, or?
No, I want to. I need to know if Xerxes has any shrines or anything around here or anywhere really that we're gonna be going at all.
Okay. Xerxes. Can I assume history check to see if
Religion.
I know anything about Xerxes? Yeah, religion, true. That would make more sense than history, fucking hell. Guidance on myself.
Does tiefling hair also have fire resistance so that it's really
Yeah.
hard to burn your hair while you curl it?
That's why no tieflings have straight hair, because the straightener doesn't actually work. So I got a natural 15 plus 6 for 21, plus another one, 22.
So by the kind of innate way of worship around Xerxes, whether it's his own wishes, he doesn't really keep churches. There's never been a formal church of secrets. It's mostly shrines and homes and small monuments set up to him. You know briefly that you heard of a small place in Rindleton that you once heard was a place had a shrine in the back called the Fiend's Filter. Filter as in potion, not as in a filter.
Philtre.
Philtre. Yeah, the Fiend's Filter. It's run by a tiefling who goes by the name Bliss. It is a pleasure house, so to speak.
Oh, that's fine. Nice.
It's an aristocratic one, so it's expensive, but it is a very upscale one in Rindleton.
Oh, okay. Even more familiar.
Yeah, Mer could say all that, and there would be a very very slight blush as she does mention that it is a house of pleasure.
In a way to very quick, once she gets the information from you, very subtly, and seeing that it gets you flustered, she's going to start talking about those kinds of things to keep the conversation away from why do you want to know that, and just kind of making you a little bit more flustered when she talks about oh hey, did you know that I used to work in an establishment like that a long time ago? It wasn't the greatest. I didn't really like it, but there was this really nice girl, and she just starts talking about her experiences.
Fair enough. Yeah, Merc wouldn't say anything wrong with anything weird about you just talking.
Yeah.
Because that's normal. Yeah, just talking and talking. Would Merc also know about the connection between Xerxes and Host in terms of
Yeah, everybody. When anyone who knows anything about the Pantheon knows about It was the only reason the house ever got ascended was Xerxes, and Xerxes stealing the artifact. It's very common knowledge.
Yeah, but I'd know about the whole, like, the tavern shows up to people who need it.
Oh yeah, it's rare, but it does happen. You've heard stories.
Yeah, Merc had also mentioned that to Zamani, just as a side note.
Oh,
Could be one way to find him if you
a
actually wanted
magical
to speak to him
teleporting
directly.
tavern sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you can't really book a room in advance seems a little bit difficult, but I'd love to go sometime.
Don't know if they accept money or not. Probably.
Roll
accept
me a
secrets.
religion check.
21.
They do not accept money. Normally it is... You know from stories that host requires nothing of people, but normally Xerxes is strewn around there and willing to trade secrets.
Yeah. Yeah, what was the name of the person? Bliss, wasn't it?
Bliss. Their
Bliss,
virtue name.
yeah.
And
They used to go by
something closer?
Ecstasy, but it was a little easier to just call themselves Bliss.
XTC. Right, well, hopefully that helps. Yeah, reach out if you need. We'll always help you.
Very cool. Thank you. So that is the first time in character that Zamani has like actually said that she ever worked at a pleasure house. And yep, that was her thing. That was her history.
Yeah, but I feel like the way that Zamani would talk about it,
Mhm.
Merc would sense like the trauma beneath that.
Okay.
Just with her insight being fucking a million, she would sense that trauma and be like, "All right, you'll talk about that other side of it when you're ready."
You notice very specifically that she talks about the girls that she knew.
Okay.
That's the only part that she's really talking about in this like positive light.
Okay. Cool. Like the found family sort of aspect of.
Mhm.
Cool. Awesome. Nom 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 nom.
As the breakfast is had, people get ready to... I suppose this is the important thing is, how long does the party really want to stay in RIL before you guys decide to teleport away or go away? So that's a conversation that needs to be had in character.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up over breakfast.
Okay, go for it.
So, obviously, we plan to make an attempt now to lift the sleeping bloodline. I was going to suggest that perhaps we head out in a matter of days, 1 or 2 days after. Teleport to Rindleton.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any other ideas or plans that they need to do here first? Or
Well, what are we doing for these 2 days?
I have some affairs to put in order here, and to also spend a bit more time around the keep, get everything prepared and ready, and make sure everything's in place for my departure.
Yeah, I could use some time to communicate with some allies that we've gained throughout our journeys.
Oh, Cal,
Make sure everything's all right.
when we all have time today, I would want to go down to the dungeon below. I want to see what I can glean from it. I would appreciate everyone being there because I don't know what there might be, especially with a portal, you know.
Perfect.
True.
I slipped my mind a little bit with everything else going on, but that's
A lot going on.
check that out. Make sure there's nothing too much to be worried about down there for the time
Yeah,
being.
the fact that there was talk of portals is something we need to
Yeah.
investigate before we leave.
There's
Absolutely.
remnants of a party that they've salvaged a lot of. It could be rebuilt if you know the right arcanists.
So, I actually, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. The Lord Elias, who had the keep before and did all the experiments and shit, did he just disappear, or did he actually? He just
Nobody was ever
disappeared, or-
found.
Nobody's ever found. Okay,
Mm.
okay, right.
It was very mysterious
Um,
when we heard
And
about
then
it.
there was and there was nothing in the reports from Berold about a body being found or remains.
Nope.
Like a skeleton.
There was nothing. Never remains.
Okay, cool. All right. Perfect. So we'll leave in about 2 days. Right.
Sure.
Perfect. Macastil, once you're finished with breakfast, just meet me upstairs in the library. Something of a meeting room, I suppose.
I know, the war room thing that I've seen.
War room / study / library. It's a very cramped
It's got a big
space in
map
here.
on a table. It's a war room.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Sounds good.
I just want to double check. I doubt any correctness. I'm going to say that your influence, your reach of your keep is a 6-mile hex, like not the 24-mile hexes.
Right.
So I'll double check that at the end. I'm
How
trying to
far is
find
that?
it. 6 miles.
It's 6 miles,
Yep.
yeah, come on. Did you not hear?
Raph, we
in
finally
terms of
know
the
the
map-
answer to the question how long.
Cal can affect
Yes,
things
say
up to
when.
6 miles away. No, because if I said it was the 24 miles, technically your domain would hit Brendanwell, which isn't correct.
Right. Okay.
So
Easy.
if we
Um,
look on the more...
Just for reference on the map, there is more what I meant. Like, if
So yeah, I'm going to put you guys on the actual, the zoomed in Burton region. Second there. So this is your domain. So within your reach, you do have access to the coast on 2 hexes. Sorry, 3 hexes technically. Although one is a cliff face, and then you have farmland and small forests.
Mhm.
Not Morabir Forest specifically, though. That is one good thing to note
Yes.
for logging.
Yes. You're not going to be shot if we try and cut down a few trees.
I mean, we might. Depends on whose tree we cut down. We just might
True.
not be shot down by the Morabir.
And technically now we do have a tree to start our own.
You have a gifted sapling from the Morabir.
That's
Cut
right.
that down, easy. What?
Yeah. Which
That you just
there is like I was going to say there is like that courtyard area.
Yeah, you do
on
have a
the,
courtyard.
in area, I'll
Sounds
probably
good.
plant it around there.
Okay.
In the
Okay, I just
center.
wanted to double check those stuff. So continue your conversation. Sorry for interrupting.
Nothing else. Cal would probably go upstairs after breakfast and just probably just do a bit of stuff out there while waiting for Macastil. If she was down there for a bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, Mer could probably finish up breakfast. Thanks Amani for doing her hair, as always, and then head up to her room and grab Petra, and then go into the library with the little comfort bird.
Aww.
Yeah. She needs to be careful.
Has Macastil introduced Petra to the group, or is she been keeping it just hidden?
She hasn't been keeping Petra hidden.
Hmm.
Like, she's been very obvious about looking after this bird and caring for it, but hasn't explicitly mentioned that it is a task set by Nemivana.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just found a
Macastil.
bird.
I've been meaning to ask you, what's that new friend you've got there?
How to put this?
It's a bird.
Nemivana tasked me to look after the bird after I helped torture Rickelier. To prove that I can
Right.
nurture as opposed to destroy.
Noble task. That would be, I imagine, a bit difficult, considering the situations we tend to get into, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll manage. Do you have to continue looking after it till it's an adult, or what's the deal with it?
Not sure, but I would assume so, since it's
Right.
until it's ready to leave the nest.
Well, hopefully we won't get ambushed along the way and something comes up, because that would be a bit of a nasty surprise, I think. But good effort. You're wanting to meet about something, Macastil?
Yes. Bit weird. So the first night we spent in the keep, I had a vision, a memory, a message.
Right.
I don't really know what it was, but it was a vision of my mother speaking to the four heads of the temples in Burton.
All right.
And she was telling them not to let me become a pantheist, which is not what I was told.
Interesting.
Yes.
What did this vision look like? Was it clear? Was it a sharp vision, or was it focused on the people in it?
Focused on the
Describe
people.
it. Right.
It was my
Did it
mother
seem-
arguing with the four heads of the temple, and then three of them, Treth, Silrus, and Valois, walking away, and then Harden approaching and comforting my mother and saying it'll be all right. He'll show me the path. My mother said something about it. She saw a different path for me. Yeah, she was much like you, a seer, as I understand it.
Right. What's strange about this is that her memory's affecting you. Makes me wonder if someone's sending them to you, or whether you've developed some abilities of your own similar to her.
I'm not sure. I, on a complete whim, I decided last night to attempt to contact my mother's spirit via sending, and it worked.
Alright.
Concerningly, she is, resting with Celilio, but yeah.
Interesting. So this vision, did it seem like one of your own memories, or did it seem like someone else's and you're watching through their eyes, or how did it take place?
Des, remind me, please. I'm pretty sure it was like
You felt
third
like you were
person.
watching them. Yeah, and you felt your
Yeah.
mother look at you.
Yeah, it's like I was watching them. I think I was behind my mother.
Strange.
And she looked at me. So perhaps it is from her. I don't know. I just know that the priests all told me that my mother wanted me to become a pantheist, and even I had letters from her written to me instructing me on how to become one. I suppose I'd never actually seen my mother's handwriting, so I don't know.
What was your first encounter with the heads of the churches?
Fuck.
Who was the first?
Give me a sec. Backstory. Let's go.
Hester, you don't know your own.
It's been a
forgotten
fucking
your own
while, right?
past?
I'm fairly certain it was Valois. Well, my first meeting with them in general was when I helped my father with fixing some bookshelves in the College of Storms. But the first time I actually went to the temples in search of being a pantheist was speaking to Headmistress Valois.
Right.
I forgot that I actually wrote out the letter. That's funny.
All right. And you were welcomed with open arms into this?
She recognized the necklace my mother had made for me, and
Right.
asked if I wanted to join.
All
Yeah.
right. And what was Harden's reaction when you went to his church? Was he as welcoming, or was he a different reaction?
I mean, he probably almost killed me. His fist was wreathed in flames, thinking I was someone trying to attack the church. But he calmed down, and yeah, I stayed the night at the church, fixing and helping to rebuild it as much as I could.
All right.
Yeah.
So nothing in these meetings that confirms at all what you saw in that vision or dream,
No,
or whatever it was.
in fact, it all contradicts it.
I mean, if it is
Um,
true, then the one person that would probably confirm it would be Harden, who is sadly deceased.
Yeah. I remember another part. According to my mother's letter, Zagolia gave her the gift of sight.
All right.
I don't know if it makes a difference really, but yeah.
And your father gave you these letters, right?
I found them. Found them in a box of my mother's belongings after my father had died. I was grieving and then decided I'd go through their things, try and find some closure. And yeah, found this letter and a small bundle of notes regarding each of the churches and the gods, and
Right.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I am able to see into the future, but not back into the past. The only visions I see of things that have happened are through the dying god's eyes and his experiences. So that is a little out of my field of knowledge. I know bits and pieces, but not enough to confirm if what you saw is true or not.
I have one way we could attempt to confirm it.
How so?
You have access to the dream spell. We dream with one of the others who's still alive. Speak to them.
And if they lie?
If they lie, I'll call them out on it.
Right.
I'm quite good at reading people.
You are, but these are people that I'm sure are very good at hiding their motives.
Not sure. It's an option. I don't know of any other paths
It is an option.
we could take.
I'd be willing to help you out in that if you wanted to. Who are the three? Is Valor? Who are the other two? I didn't really get to know this.
Silrus,
Right.
who's probably... Actually, I believe they'd be leaving for the Morrowbeer today.
Well, there's no point dreaming him then. He doesn't sleep.
Yeah, and then there's Treth, who... I almost feel like Treth is constantly dreaming, even while awake.
Right. And Treth.
He's, Treth is kind of head in the clouds.
Right. So probably Valor then, if we wanted to try and contact someone.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Right. Alright. We can always try that tonight if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll send her a message, and I was planning on just saying to her, hey, something's come up. I need your intellect. Any chance you could dream tonight for a longer chat?
Right. It depends though.
Not wrong.
I could just contact her in her dreams and she wouldn't have time to prepare herself in case of anything. Passive, I suppose.
True. Yeah.
It depends how you want
I mean-
to handle it, I suppose.
I mean, getting her off balance if she is lying would definitely make sense. Actually, speaking of that, you can design where we have the dream, can't you?
Correct.
I do remember I'm fairly certain I've shown you where my parents were buried.
I don't know if you took us to the grave sites.
I mean, probably not like on the stream, but I'm sure we would have had some downtime during a day or two where I would have shown you guys around.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
if you
no,
think
no.
you would have, then yeah, probably.
I mean,
All right.
what would get her more off balance than meeting over my parents' grave?
Right. I suppose even if she doesn't know if it's your parents' grave, then meeting in a cemetery is fairly unsettling.
True.
All right.
True.
I'll prepare for that tonight then. I imagine
you
I'll
very
let you handle most of the talking. I'll just be there as the conduit for the dream. But is there anything you wanted me to do or have prepared for it? Or to say?
I mean, your knowledge would be incredibly useful, since it is, since, as I understand it, my mother was a seer. Your
Cindy,
experience.
as you spend time
Yes.
talking with Mercastiel, feeling this connection, really like spending a bit of time with her, and you roll me a D100.
Absolutely, Des. You know what? 100%.
She's getting spicy.
That's a 93.
I'll let you call it heads or tails, good or bad. One or two.
Heads.
So, one or two, good or bad. Which one do you want? One good or one bad?
One good.
One is good.
There we go.
That's good.
Your eyes start to flitter into the back of your head. Looking, you see Cal go a little bit tense, like his entire body tenses up for a second. Cassandra, what you see is a very, very large temple. You can't really make out iconography. You do see Mercastiel adorned in beautiful robes. It appears to be some form of, placing her atop her own temple, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you see for now.
You just notice Cal is like, his eyes go back and it's just like, as stars, as you would have seen before, stars just come across his eyes for those brief few moments before he just settles back.
Well,
I suppose a brief glimpse into a possible future for you, Mercastiel. One that I think you'd be happy to see. I saw you standing by a large, very beautiful-looking temple, dressed in ornate robes, and leading it, from what I could gather.
right.
I did not pick up what temple it was, but you seem to be a very high significance there.
Okay. Right.
Were there any particular colors, Des, on the robes or anything? No, not that I could pick up.
That you could pick up this fleeting vision.
I wasn't able to make out anything
If
identifiable.
you would like to, Cal,
Yes.
I will let you try and gleam further into a vision for 2 stars.
Oh.
You
Okay.
like
Only if you want to.
stars, do you?
Mercastiel,
Hmm?
how important is this for you? To know the outcome of this vision? I need to know while it's still fresh. Whilst it's still there.
It's worth whatever you're going to try.
Very well.
Now what
Calicindia,
do I see?
using the shard,
Yeah.
will attempt to peer back further into the
So-
Vizsla.
As you look further into it, you press forward. Mercastiel, you don't see the same thing. You see Cal go stiff, but rather than his eyes roll back, they almost glaze for a second, and in each eye you see 2 stars permanently fixated now. Calcindir, you strain your mind, and it's almost like as if a migraine is pushing you from behind, pushing the back of your head forward into a vision.
Ugh.
Mercastiel, you see Calcindir's nose start to bleed a little bit, but Calcindir, what you see in this vision is you see a large temple, beautiful, symbols of gold, red, blue, green, symbols of the original 4 ascended heroes surrounding. You see Mercastiel, what you can only assume based on the surrounding structure is somewhere deep within Casellia, walking atop to a grand precipice. She kneels down and is being anointed by some form of holy oils as a phoenix flies overhead.
Merch just like
Shouts back.
wiping your nose with like a handkerchief.
As the vision ends for Cal, please mark on your character sheet, you have now
Yep.
obtained 2 stars.
Yep. Worth it? Question mark.
You're right.
God. No, 1 second.
It's all right. It's okay.
That was different. Absolutely. Just quickly prestigitate away any blood and anything.
Okay.
That was. You were in Casellia. That is where the temple was. The grand temple in Casellia. Symbols of all 4 major gods, including Celelio there. Colors of all of them, banners of all of them, all of their iconography up on the walls. You knelt before someone, anointing you with holy oils. And there was a phoenix looking at you, flying overhead. Perhaps your path with Celelio isn't as quite as finished as you thought it would be.
Wow, that's
And perhaps this is...
Mark, roll a religion check, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Do I have time to guidance or no?
No. No.
Cool. All good. Why the fuck am I rolling such good religion checks? That's a natural 18 plus 6.
So, the main thing that... And for a minute you even think, why didn't I think this before? It is common, not common, but more uncommon knowledge, that the leader of the Church of the Morning Sun is decided upon by a phoenix sent by Celelio to decide the new leader. You remember, and now you start worrying in your mind, and it was a phoenix of Celelio that you were met with. Perhaps a sign many, many months before.
Fuck.
And you said, fuck that god.
It is there can be many leaders of the Morning Sun, but when a phoenix appears to
That
one of
trumps everything.
Celelio's most devout, it would not matter. You would be like the old one, by their own belief, would step down.
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Everything alright?
The phoenix flying over my head.
Yes.
That has long been the belief that a phoenix will show who the leader of Celelio's temple is.
I will say, Cal, the color pattern of the
So-
phoenix matched when you saw Anna briefly use her
Mhm.
brilliant plumage. Exact same.
Well, I suppose that makes a lot of sense then, doesn't it? that didn't come to your mind before in the past?
You know I'm not the smartest.
I know you're not stupid.
All these different gods, it takes me a while to connect specific dots sometimes.
Right. But if so, that would imply that you were chosen to become the next head of Celeria's church.
Not just Burton,
Yeah,
not just Casellia. All of
Mhm.
Quintus.
every church. Fuck. Right.
That is quite weighty information.
That's massive.
What is interesting, though, is the fact that in this vision you were not simply the head of Celeria's, but from what I could gather, all of them.
All of the churches. What did my mother actually see then?
What's interesting about this is that you had a dream about following all four gods, about adhering to the path of all four of them.
Mm.
And you have this vision now, almost as a reminder of that. And you're currently only seeing 3, from what you informed us.
Yes.
2 reminders in very quick succession. Perhaps your mother is still able to influence.
Perhaps. What am I looking for? Because I never did the legend lore on the Phoenix.
Nope.
Didn't have the money. Still don't have the money.
Story
So
of my life,
fucking
buddy.
poor.
Story of my life,
Oh,
buddy.
I've got the money now. Okay.
But no Phoenix.
I'm sorry, did you just make a bank transfer? What just happened?
No.
That's actually just my PayPal got hit with a bit. So
Yeah,
No, I checked my funds. I thought I had a lot less than I actually had. I thought I only had like 3 gold left, but I've got 273 gold.
Wow.
Oh, I
So
see.
you're lying to us.
Nope. Okay. Cal, you said that there was fuck no, that's not gonna work. I need ivory.
All right. I don't
Gonna
think
need
we have a supply of it here.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the
Rindleton-
archers before they left Brandonwell, but Rindleton might, yeah, true.
Rindleton would, from my understanding, it is a trading city
one of the 6
Large ports.
largest cities in Quintus.
and a major trading hub in Quintus. I'm sure it would have a source of ivory somewhere you can get.
Perfect. All right. And then I'm going to need another 25 for that. All right. Thanks, Cal.
Of course. If there's
Uh,
anything else that you want assistance with. How are you feeling,
know,
though? This is quite a shocking bit of information, a revelation on your own pathway.
I'm feeling slightly intimidated by it. I'm kind of scared to go back to Celelio, but I mean, that's kind of what faith is about, isn't it?
Of course. Being tested and coming back.
What do I have that I could read?
It's not every day you wake up and find out that you're meant to be leading the entirety of a church.
Yeah, I know, right? Do I still have? Yes, I do. Oh. Right.
Hey, Monsters and Mayhem raiding with a party of 8. What's up, gamers? What were you guys up to?
Hey.
Sup, gamers?
I'm guessing a little bit of Monsters and or Mayhem.
I mean,
Maybe. Was it more
it's a good
monsters or more
guess.
mayhem?
No, it was just
D&D.
and.
Monsters and Raiden.
Monsters and Raidham. How did the stream go? What did you do? Tell us all about it. We're doing a bit of roleplay. Poor old Marquesius realized she was meant to be the leader of a few churches and may have scuffed it a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. Right now,
It's
Celila is
alright.
going, don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel foolish?
I think I have a
Think, Mackenzie.
potential way of. Although the wording of the spell is kind of fucking me, it's just a bit.
Right.
Ceremony. There is a rite of dedication, but it says you touch one humanoid who wishes to be dedicated to your god's service, not a god's service.
Technically,
So I
Solelio
can't
is no
dedicate
longer your god.
myself. Yeah, I can't dedicate myself to Solelio.
Nice
Uh,
shot,
right.
Ramsay.
Have you tried to pray again to say?
I mean, I can try. It's going to be much more difficult now. I don't have the focus for those prayers, but I can try.
Right. And I suppose a way of demonstrating your faith would be to craft a new one for yourself. Born anew? Isn't that part of those things?
I wonder, Cal, do you have any rubies?
Not lying about me, no. Actually, fuck, I have that really expensive one that I got my wizard guy to get.
No,
I
you have
do,
ruby
but-
dust.
Yes, that's right. It's ruby dust. I have dust that is very expensive as a spell component.
Okay.
But
I can notice you with a
thinking
75% interest rate.
yes,
I was
I
wondering
can-
whether any of the gifts that you were given over the surely gemstones and things may have come from what was that
did we get? Did I get Novelia?
No, you got a platinum
Um,
ring from Novelia.
Right. Which
Also,
I
literally,
accidentally put on my finger.
anytime we have had like gems of any kind that we didn't
Yeah.
immediately need, we fucking
Whee!
sold them.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
fucking toss them out.
it's just
Every
You're
time
using
we
the
see a
skip
gem,
stones across the lake.
we just say, why is this? We don't need that shit, and yeet it somewhere. And then
We
we're
just
like,
need-
oh god.
Yeah, we just need like an item just to convert it into money.
Is there a
I'm pretty
smith
sure
in
you guys have
town?
had rubies. Is
I
there
Yeah,
what?
think
we
we
have.
did.
Yeah, we have.
Is there
Yeah.
a smith or a crafter of like some form of like artisan in town?
I'm
In
just gonna,
RIL? Not yet.
We
Mate,
literally don't
once
even
again-
have a general store yet.
Yeah. Once again, we are heading to Brindleton.
Yeah. Be nice to get
Absolutely.
started now, but yeah, definitely.
Demonstrate your faith to two gods at the same time.
That's going to end up well. All right.
Well, you are a pantheist, isn't that part of your whole thing? Multiple gods at the same time.
Yes, it is. All right.
And according to my vision, you're meant to be leading them all at the same time, so. Have you tried
time to get the council
communing?
back together.
Have you tried communing to multiple at the same time, or praying to multiple at the same time? Not just the one that you're dedicated to at the moment.
I give prayers to each of them every day,
Right.
but the focus, as I understand it, the focus has to be on one.
Have you tried?
Nope.
Perhaps give it a shot.
Right. Cool. I'm gonna go find a quiet place with Petra and try it.
Of course.
Maybe not with
If you need
Petra.
anything else, McGaston, you know where to find me.
I'll let you know. Merc literally like trots off just.
Cal says, see Hobson promptly gets tortured that evening.
Gets fucking banished.
Counterspell, it's alright. Dark Star, man.
Oh my god, 8th level spell Mercestial into oblivion.
Oh no.
As that conversation is happening, Zamani, hand
Yes,
up, eager
why?
to talk.
I want to
Maybe
teach
this.
Zelly how to read and how to write.
Good luck, let's do this.
That's the goal. I was
Well,
gonna.
wasn't she like starting to learn that with the Anna's mom?
She was. Roll investigation to find Zelly.
I'm really bad at investigation. Why do you have to do this to me?
Because she's currently trying to squeeze between every crevice in the castle.
She's just like the money for real, for real.
I rolled a nat 20. Okay.
So
I'm pretty sure that's a 20.
you're flying around outside, just trying to like get an aerial view, and only briefly you see this scarlet tint of ooze slipping between the battlements' crevices, making its way through the walls.
Cool. I'm gonna promptly land and be like, "Hey, Zally."
And a pseudopod pops out of the wall, and the head forms. What?
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Do you still want to learn how to read and write so that you can send letters to out of character Brango Burr younger sister princess at
Kazori.
Kazori? Thank you.
I know how to do a few of the basics.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do I have to? Can I learn to read and write inside the walls?
Well, you wouldn't be able to practice, so it would be really, really hard to.
How do you know that you can't get in here?
Well, because you would have to somehow also get parchment and ink in there too.
There is parchment and ink in here.
There is.
I found a bunch of it. As she starts squeezing the walls, just like quills and paper just starts spitting out of the walls. Paper that would work for a wizard's spellbook.
oh, stashes.
After you said wizard spellbook, none of those other words came through.
So paper and inks and such that would work for a wizard's spellbook. For like transcribing spells that Aura would have done.
Okay. Cool. I grab all that. I'm like, huh.
I found coins too, but they're mine.
Oh, really? Now, what kind
Walked
of
around
coins?
with 3 million platinum.
Tiny coins.
I see.
No, they're mine. They're in the walls.
Well,
They're
I'm
harder
not
to
even
squeeze
allowed
out.
to. I'm not even allowed to see.
You can see one of them as it like out of the coin slip from the wall. You catch it.
Yeah.
There's a platinum piece.
Okay. You know, just because you find it doesn't always mean that it's yours. And technically,
But what you and everyone else, when you always are out, you've killed people and taken things and then said it's yours. I didn't kill anyone for this.
that's true. But technically, not me and not you owns the castle.
But you
Technically,
said
this
I
is
live
Cal's
here.
castle. Yeah, and I live here too, but that doesn't mean it's ours. Technically, it's Cal's castle.
But nobody else can get where I got.
That's very true.
So if I leave it there, it's nobody's.
True. Until
nobody.
somebody finds the secret passages to get you there.
Oh, that's all blocked off. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work anymore.
No, I don't think they found it.
Well, that's because you are the best finder here.
And finders keepers.
Have you heard of, well, you could, or have you heard of a finder's fee?
What's that?
It's for people who are naturally good at finding things for other people, get to keep some of what it is. And
But why
as a
don't I
result
just keep all of it?
I mean, you could do that, but you know how Rainier is a I just almost said Rainier is a Mercustile instead of mercenary.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
Rainier
she
is
is
a
a
mercenary.
Mercastile.
Yeah?
So she could just fight people who are bad, but instead she has gone and gotten
Fights humans,
jobs from
okay.
them. Yesterday doesn't count. We can talk about that too if you want.
No, it's okay. That was scary.
It was really scary.
No.
And the guy that we're trying to stop decided to show up and try to make things hard for us. The
I
whole
have to
reason
give you this money.
you don't have to, but it would be really helpful. And we could get you some new things.
I want to call him Cowis Indir, just for the sake of it.
Based.
Okay. I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me at all. I think he'd probably give you a funny face. How about What if we call him Kawasintir? And the second he starts, like, when he gets that face, like he's going to lecture us, you just spit all the money out on the floor and say, tell it to someone else.
What if I just moo at him every time I see him? He'll think I'm insulting him and I'll get in his head.
True. That would be pretty funny. Do you not like Cal?
No, it's just his hair sometimes does a funny thing when he's just woken up in the morning and it looks like he got licked by a cow.
It does do that a lot. That's true.
Oh,
That's
I'll
very
go
funny.
find Kawasindir. She back into the wall, and you just hear this like rattling of like coins being dragged along the stone from inside the walls. Cal, where
Just
would you be
just
found in
one,
the
like-
castle at this stage?
I pocket that plat piece.
I'll say Cal probably spending most of his time up in the library area, probably just planning
Okay.
stuff and
So
organizing.
that kind of sits with its wall to like it's one of the walls to the stone, like actual outside walls of the castle. You hear this like odd scraping in the walls behind you for a second.
Cal just like readies himself, like shit, I'm gonna be ambushed.
You hear this deep low moo.
The wall cow.
Whereabouts is it?
It's in like a wall just like directly to your east.
Cal just stare at it for a second. Does he remember any?
Moo. You recognize Ellie's voice.
I recognize Zelly. I was going to ask. I recognize Zelly's voice. Zelly, is that you?
No, moo.
Right, it's the cow Zelly. Why are you mooing in the walls?
You see a pseudopod arm starts. She just pulls herself out of the wall. Like
A question I never thought I'd hear. Why are you mooing in the walls?
she kind of stands up straight. I am due a Flanders flea.
What?
Do I know where Cal is at the time so I can also bring him the paper? Like,
Yeah, you'll come here in like
Probably.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
cool.
It's like the closest thing he has to like an office or like his own like room.
I
study.
discovered thing.
What did you discover? Anything interesting, fun?
My things.
Of
But
course.
Zamani
they
says I
are,
get
but-
paid for it.
Right, Zamani
I mean,
said you get paid for it.
technically.
Did she say who pays for it?
Yes, so she called you Kawasindir.
She called me Kawasindia.
She said your
Well,
hair looks
alright.
funny when you wake up.
Does Cal even know what a cow is?
Yeah, he's seen them.
I've been traveling enough through the fucking countryside.
No cows in Quintos. Canon.
You know that. Right, she said that. She's never said anything before, but okay, that's a bit strange.
I feel like it's just like
Um,
self-consciously
Just a little bit
like,
hurt. Yeah, and it's like self-consciously like starts.
yeah.
Zamani, you
2
walk
hours
in, you see
later.
Kawasindir looking in a looking glass, just fixing his hair.
so what are you
Zamani,
doing?
really, Kawasindia? You could have said that to my face.
I look immediately at Zelly and go, oh, so we chickened out and we couldn't commit to the bit, and so we decided to say that it was me.
And
You
what's
said
this
we,
about
you heard her,
Flanders?
it's both of us.
Right, so
You
both of you.
are a
right?
scamp.
Can't fault.
Oh god.
So Zelly is due a
Also, what
finder's
is
fee.
this finder's fee? Right. Okay.
She's due a finder's fee.
For
She has
finding
been
what?
look at that.
Calm
She
down,
is-
Kawasindir. Sheesh.
Sheep.
She's found things that none of us would be able to find because the pathways to them were blocked off.
Right.
And because this is your castle and it is not her castle or my castle, it's
Mhm.
only fair that those things come to you. But just like anybody who finds things for other people, I think it's fair that she deserves a finder's fee.
Of course, absolutely, more than fair. What would you like, Zoe?
So I put the very like obviously magical papers on the table as like a hint of like she's found serious things.
Yeah. What
Well,
would you like?
And then one
Zoe,
broken
as a-
I
as
know
is your
anything
finder's
from
fee?
listening to Rainier complain about getting paid.
Mm.
I'm due 50%.
That's my girl.
50%. 50%.
You also know, Kawasindir, Zelly cannot count, so this is an easy bargain
Yes.
to make.
Yes, 50%. That is steep, but I think I can agree to that, Sally.
Give it half a page.
So please, I mean, I'm curious. Tell me about what you found. I've only been able to go
in
through
the
some of
courtyard,
secret passageways.
under the fountain, there's like little cracks where the water drips down. And it leads to like a little lockboxy area.
And you opened the lockbox?
Yeah. I went in through the keyhole.
Right. And what was in there?
A lot of shiny stuff and coins.
All right. Just coins or anything else?
Yeah, she looks at the money. Show them the goods.
Oh, Zoe.
I'm like, all you gave me was the paper, and that's already on the desk.
You're lying.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I pull out a plot coin.
Oh, right.
And I do not release the plot coin.
It's a
Having
very
runs
old
the family.
minted.
Hands there.
Everyone in
money.
this family is a scammer.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I like hold it, but like I give you a look of that it's mine.
Mate.
Alcindor would just pick up one of the pieces of paper, have a look at it.
There's like a little bit of like just like sketch, like just scribbles of like almost like getting the ink flowing right on the quill, but it is very clearly paper that's used to transcribe spells.
This is actually very useful. I can use this.
How much?
Shit like that.
How much? 50%.
So you're gonna cut it in half?
Well, you also found some other things down there, didn't you? What else did you find?
And I couldn't
Because I
bring
need
all
to
of
see-
it out because it doesn't all fit through the
Yes.
walls.
Well, how much did you take out? I need to know what it's 50% of.
Turn around. I don't want you to see me indecent.
All right.
I love Sophie so much.
Cassandra turns around and she just basically like puts her hand through herself and pulls out a fistful and then another fistful and like slaps them on the ground, still slightly sticky.
Right.
There is about 106 platinum pieces.
God damn.
Zelly.
Zelly.
Fucking making bank.
What the fuck? All right.
Child labor is ethical. Let's go.
There's
Oh,
also
wow.
a like in there that doesn't fit in the walls.
Would you be willing to show us where? Like, how
No.
deep is it? No. Is this because we haven't discussed your finder's fee yet?
Yes. Also, it's
And
my
after-
room now.
It's your room?
All
Okay.
right. Well, we should clear it up, though. Give a bit more space there.
That's true. I mean, we can't really decorate it or put anything in there that you would like.
Exactly. You need to make sure you have a nice room here. It would be unbefitting of me to.
Make a persuasion check.
Which one of us?
I'll let
Would you get
one of you do it at
advantage?
advantage. I'll let Cal do it at advantage.
Okay, that's all right. I'll take that.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, okay, that is 23.
It's under the fountain, and there's a series of like rocks in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
All right.
if you follow the rocks, they for about an hour that way. As she just points towards the coast. It comes up in like this little clearing of like I already said rocks. Stones.
Boulders.
All right. Well, thank you for that information, Zelly. We'll see to it. But Zamani, what do you think is a fair finder's fee for Zelly over there?
I mean,
Considering all
you
the hard work put into it.
3.
there has been quite a bit of hard work.
Hmm.
I look at Lily. So,
I want a hat worth 50%.
a hat worth
A hat
50%.
worth 50%.
What kind
And I
of
don't
hat?
mean half a hat.
No,
I
of
mean a
course
whole
not.
hat.
A whole hat, yes.
Right.
What kind of
A
hat?
fancy.
One that looks like the one Everett is wearing.
Hmm.
Crown.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let's
All right.
see. Would you rather have one like that, or would you rather have one that would fit better?
No, one like that for me. I don't want his one.
No,
And it has to be a whole one.
Yes. So Zamaya takes out her little notebook, and so she draws like the kind that he has, and then she draws one that's like a little bit more like intricate and has like vines and stuff wrapped around it that she thinks like Zelly might like more. She's like, so do you want something like this, or do you want something like this?
No,
like
it has to have knives on it.
You want knives instead, like
Not
little
knives.
Like instead of like the little points, it has to have knives.
Okay. You want little daggers on it? We can do that.
Knife hat.
We can make this happen. Mm-hmm.
I don't want those coins anyway. They're dusty.
Yeah, they're kind of.
Yeah. They're not as fun as a knife hat anyway.
But I do describe like the guy who's mining, like in charge of like the silver mine. And like he's gonna go dig us up some really cool metals that we can use to make you a pretty crown.
You've got yourself a deal, Kawasindir.
Oh god, that is not sticking, is it? Please tell me it's not.
Don't
going to
like
stick.
your hair.
What do you mean?
His
She's
hair
been
sticks
spending
up.
too much time around the two of you.
It's
It's
true.
just that my hair sticks up in the morning. Is that true?
I mean, doesn't everybody before they fix it?
Well, some more than others.
Maybe
You more
they're
than
fair?
most.
Thank you, Zelly. I
Can't stick
appreciate
up
the
what's
honesty.
already sticking out.
I appreciate the honesty that no one else would tell me.
Why is there... You have gunk in your eyes.
What?
There's not normally gunk in your eyes.
Oh, right. Yes, that's not gunk. That's something new.
That's stupid. And she just walks... She walks into the wall, just like... Walk...
I love her so much. She's becoming a very interesting child.
Oh, she's definitely wonderful.
You just... As it gets
Yes.
further away, but there's just this moo as it leaves.
When she's like a good distance
goats.
away to where I'm like confident that she cannot hear what we're doing, I'd be like, at some point we should probably get her like a really good tutor, like one that actually like would be able to handle her. Because I don't.
know who will be able to handle her.
There has to be somebody.
Someone who
Of
can
course, of
counterspell
course.
plane shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than twice.
Because if she doesn't have like any kind of education by the time she's a teenager, we're all fucked.
I'll see what I can manage. It'd be
She's gonna
easier if we were
plane
in
shift us into
Burton.
oblivion.
it'd be easier if we were in Burton. At least I could get a room there to try and teach her the basics and instill some arcane discipline to her abilities. But
Also, like, you know, the normal how to be a person discipline, because
right, but she has you and Rain. As I say that, I realize how stupid that is. I take that
but also
back.
we're not going to be here consistently.
True.
Which is why I was hoping to be able to teach her to read and write so that I could send her letters.
Well, yeah.
She's not
Vocative,
interested.
actually. I'll see what Vocative can do. She can take her on board to try and give her some lessons. At least with reading and writing, the basics, and how to be more like a person, I suppose.
I just want her to be able to have a good life when she grows up.
Of course.
If she grows, does she have the ability to grow up?
What you I imagine she would, unless you think she's gonna stay at this age.
I don't
forever.
know.
I've never
I mean, she's not
encountered
like a normal
anything.
kid.
No?
Doesn't ooze age like a fine wine.
Yeah, it doesn't ooze age. Questions we'll find out.
Would
I feel
Again,
like that's something
my
that we'll
name
find
is
out later.
would the guy who knows the animals who fucked the fuck off and left us forever, would he know anything
Kelsier.
about oozes? Kelsier.
Potentially, he has studied all manners of beasts and creatures magical. That
Elzir also? probably the best tutor you could get for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
think
would
Elsa
probably
would
be the
love her.
best. Well, we burnt that bridge, didn't we?
No. We did not burn that bridge.
No, but
Rainier burned that bridge. I tried to
Yes.
fix the bridge.
as did I. But we saw that that wasn't quite enough. He would be able to help.
We could
It's
try.
a long shot. It's a long shot, but we can try. We can try. To get in contact with him, though, I can always send a message through.
We could offer him room as well
Of course.
if he didn't have anywhere he wanted to go.
hmm
Last
Can I
we
offer him room?
heard, which
He was with the
You
Humming
would know.
Cloaks. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was with the Humming Cloaks. But we don't know. As he said, that's the place where he feels safe. But if he has any trust left in you and I, at the very least, maybe we can get him to come here. Maybe not aid us in other means, but at least to see after
Oh.
Zelly. Give
Yeah,
her
just
someone that can help her.
I think he'd probably be a much better influence.
Right. I'll message him. I'll see
Thank
what I can do.
We need to set up a dream something or anything. I'd love to be there.
I don't think he would want to dream. The last time we dreamed with him, his brother killed him. I don't think he'll
That's
have.
fair. That's very valid.
Yeah,
I just wanted to help. I forgot about that for a second.
I don't think he would have the most pleasant memories of doing it, and I don't think he would agree.
Yeah.
But I can
understand.
try a message. I have his name in my book. I can.
Yeah.
Quite a long message to him.
Unlimited. We can have a conversation.
So I can explain the whole situation with Zelly. And
Send him an
see what
essay.
he says.
Thank you.
As you talk, you look over this. The coins are old. Like, just from a passing glance, they probably date back to, like, early founding of Burton as a kingdom.
Does this
Ooh.
have like the old coin equals more money thing, or is like
No,
are
well,
there
to a
not, like, coin
collector, maybe.
collectors?
There would be, but these are minted back when I can get you the name. I think it's Gostic, but it's Anathor's father
Mhm.
when he was
Gus,
king.
I think it's Gus. Yeah.
Gostic.
Yeah.
All right.
Blue stick.
That's very old coins. You know what? I don't know of any collectors or anyone that would take special interest in them, but I can always reach out.
They also work as just platinum. They're still worth 10 gold apiece.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
1,005 gold. 1,050.
Which is that's not a bad find though. And
Also, you know
there
that
are
she
lots
found
of
a
secret
long
passages.
box.
Yeah. So if we can get someone, she said if the passageway comes out eventually at some stones towards the coast. If we can, maybe if there's a bit more of an approachable passageway from that way.
Also, you feel like, Calcidir, a one-way passage from under the fountain to the coast
Hmm.
doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
There probably
Yeah,
is
there
some
would
form of
probably be-
hidden entrance or lever or switch within RIL that you just no one has found.
It was by the fountain, correct?
It was by the
It was
fountain.
under
She
the
said the
fountain.
water dripped down. She said a bit down, it leaked into it. So it sounds like it was eroded into it, not that it was actually that's the entrance. But she,
All right.
I'm guessing there's
Zamani, how
probably an
would you
entrance
like-
from the basement.
How would you like to take a look around the fountain with me?
Sure.
See if we can discover anything.
I feel like the basement would also be a very good place to look as well.
At least to pick up some clues.
Sounds good.
Make our way towards the fountain.
perfect. Well, that is happening. Rainier or Anna, is there anything else you'd wish to do?
Nothing.
No? Okay. Very gamer. So, as you make your way to the fountain, then. Actually, we'll get back to Mercastil first. Merc, you're finding somewhere quiet to pray.
Yeah, somewhere quiet, somewhere isolated, just in case there is a bit of a flame up.
Yeah, so just a little
I
bit
doubt
outside of
there will be,
Ariel.
but yeah, a lot of stone on the ground, stuff like that. Because
already.
what season is it? It's
End of autumn.
spring, end of autumn. Yeah, so clearing away like dead leaves and shit like that, so that a fire doesn't start, just in case shit gets hot.
Yeah, I think it's literally
and
it's the last month of autumn, I think.
Yeah, Merc will try to pray to all four of them, just seeing if she can forge that connection, reforge that council, or at least start to.
As you begin to send out prayer, trying to establish an old connection, it feels like trying to push through a barrier. It doesn't feel like it's easy to pass through. It's never been your way to pray to all of them at the same time. It almost feels like there's a bit of pushback. There's no contact made.
Okay.
Now you have spells to commune and make more direct contact if you wish to try anything funky, but or you can wait till you know more from Valwa if you wish.
I have one thing I want to try, but I don't know if it'll be fucky or not.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, I will give it a go. I'm going to spend a minute casting Conjure Celestial, and I'm trying to get someone who can communicate with me.
You're currently aligned with Nemivana?
Nemivana. Yep. I'm looking for a messenger, basically, is what I'm looking for. Because I don't know if that snake thing that was summoned last time could actually talk. Yes, Merc is calling tech support.
What's the CR you can summon up to?
Fuck all from memory. 4 or lower, because there's fucking no Celestials ever. But 4 or lower.
Or lower.
Yeah, it's basically, it's my... Doesn't cost any material components. It only costs time and a 7th level spell slot.
You are correct. There is fuck all Celestials. There's 4 or lower.
Yeah. Yeah. But just in general, there's fuck all Celestials.
I have expanded ones with the Tome of Beasts and stuff. Let's check this out. I just have to check to see if it can communicate.
Would you like to learn my languages?
Do you speak Celestial? Okay, that one
Pretty sure I
sounds like I
don't.
can speak.
I've got Elvish, Infernal, Primordial, and Common.
Okay, 1 second. I am going to go to the Celestial Court. I'm going to summon. No, that's CR5.
Bruh, if I cast with the 9th level, then it'd be 5 or lower. God, this spell.
Well, why
'Cause,
didn't
yeah,
you
the,
do that then, AJ? Just cast it to the 9th level.
Well, because Summon Celestial is my... I think it's the Tasha's one, which costs 500 gold each cast,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
an
the issue.
angelic spirit.
That's the issue. Not the 9th level. That's the issue.
So, I'm just gonna say this very ethereal looking, wrapped in like just beautiful white silks. Does not look combative at all. Just like a minor angel appears.
I'm trying to communicate with the 4 ascended gods at once. If there's anything you can do to help me or anything like that, even passing a message on to them, I need to reforge the connection between all 4 of them.
That is difficult. You pushed one out, and their balance is tenuous. They do not speak right now. There is trouble brewing. I cannot reach them all. I can only reach Nemivana. I'm not welcome with the others.
Okay. Do you know of any rituals, anything that could help me in this?
To reforge a connection?
Yes.
I do not believe it is Nemivana's wish. So I will not help you with this.
I drop concentration. She can
Goes.
fuck off. All right. Cool. I'm going to go back to just praying to Nemivana and just trying to get her to any form of communication. I'm basically just putting forward my point of view, everything that I've seen in the past 48 hours or whatever. The fact that like going from stories and stuff of what I've known of the four of them fighting in action when they were like at their peak, and trying to just trying to
Roll
play on that
me
sense of
a percentage dice.
right. That do I know if I'm going for high or low?
You don't.
Cool. Don't fuck me. All right. $97.
97.
I couldn't read it right. 97.
There's a warm breeze on the air, and you feel the winds change direction, acknowledging your prayer, but either not sending an answer for sake of not knowing what to say to you, or perhaps even just see innate fear of not wanting to send too much influence to the material realm right now, as Samael was close recently. You're not sure which, because you do know you've prayed
True,
to Nemivana not to show up.
Fuck.
So her influence that she is trying to send is limited.
Oh, that's really shit. Okay. All right. I'll like burn some incense and like an offering in thanks to her, for all that she can give at the moment. I believe I've only got a couple of days left anyway, until I change from memory. What's the fucking date? I think it's the 17th today. 17th
Yeah.
year under.
By 22nd, you'll change.
Oh, which means, the day after the flashes. That's right.
You can always try and change before, if you wish to try and push the connection.
It's trouble brewing. Did I get the sense that when she said there's trouble brewing, it was a warning not to push shit at the minute? Or is it just in general there's trouble?
It didn't seem directed at you specifically.
Right, I need some help with magic. I'm going to try change to Blazifican.
You are?
Let's go. Yep.
So I gotta change up music tracks in 1 second. I just gotta check the percentages I needed on this.
If I piss her off and she sends an angel down to fuck me up.
That's not what you gotta worry about.
Good.
It's probably more. worrying
Roll
about
me
pissing
another
off the
D100,
current
by the
god.
way.
Another D100? Righto. But. 5.
It's within the
005.
thresholds. So that's for what I was looking for, that succeeds. I now need not D20, another D100, please.
Another one. Fucking.
So many rolls.
Yeah.
This was just going to be a quick thing.
No.
55.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
It was a good
That's
year
not
by
good.
all reports.
No, it wasn't. As you feel a clap of thunder, a very the sudden change comes to you as a shock. And let me grab these.
Oh no, I'm in danger.
Yes.
Am I gonna fucking die?
No.
You did that yesterday. That's old.
You take 33 psychic damage. Hey, Sparhawk Games, what's up? I'm about to cause some serious trauma to a player.
Welcome.
33.
When are you not doing that?
Yesterday. What were you guys doing? D&D, what were you doing? Playing, planning, prepping? Let us know. Summer Kestiel. As the tear of magic comes through, there is a sense of panic in you, an extreme, as you look down at your necklace and Nemivana's symbol is broken.
Did she get angry?
Nope.
No, I pushed too hard.
Nope. You fear a voice that you only heard in your dreams. The booming voice of Lizefrican. Your attention will focus. Thanks to that, we managed to seal her away for her own safety.
Is Petra still with me?
Petra has died.
Fuck.
I mean, in the
Nice.
grand scheme of things, it's kind of good, though, right?
Not really.
And
It
I'm
is
forced
because
into.
she can't be killed.
I'm
So now you can
forced
you
into
can now.
Arcana.
You're forced in Arcana, and your two domains available now are Grave and Arcana. You have lost access
Death
to
and
life.
magic.
Wait, so
Alright.
life got just MIA from the world?
Everybody's
house
connection
arrest.
to Nemivana.
Nemivana has stopped.
Thanks to this
Fuck.
connection, Mercastiel's pushing Zygolia and Lizefrican in conjunction, now that there was an uneven balance, managed to, against Nemivana's will, but to what they think the best thing, seal her away. So everyone around Quenthus who has or will cast magic with Nemivana and no longer do that.
Oh, fuck.
That could be very
Oh,
bad.
no. That's. A lot of people are going to die.
There are people
A lot
out
of
there,
people.
as you speak right now, as you can feel just the connection to Nemivana Fate. There is death happening right now. People out there in the world, in the midst of combat, spells no longer working. Death takes hold.
Even healers.
Even healers. This may not be the best plan, but it is the plan of the gods. Two of them anyway.
Made my decision. Can't regret it now.
Tried to get a fourth back, but lost one instead. Unfortunate. It'll be very interesting to see how this progresses. I can't wait for you to
Yep.
dream later.
Yeah, Merkel definitely spent some time burying Petra.
It
Right.
was just the push needed. As that's happening, everyone hears a clap of thunder, by the way. Like this beautiful sunny day, the smack, the bang. It does startle some people. It's just it's sunny day, unexpected. But at the fountain, Zamani and Calicindia.
Wow, this is a bit of a backlash after coming from that. Investigating the fountain.
I feel like
No, no.
halfway through there's a big crack. We're like, God, fuck. I didn't
What was
realize. I'm pretty sure Merc was consulting the storm or some shit.
that? Well,
I think
So,
usually
can you
she
roll me
warns
an
us what to do.
investigation?
yes.
At
Both of
advantage.
us?
Someone.
Or
Oh, I rolled with advantage because
Yeah.
we're helping each other, I imagine. Yeah.
Mhm.
Where's my investigation? Ooh, that is 24.
On the northwestern side of the fountain, you're running your hands along the molding on the ground, the little filigree, and you do find this bit where it pushes in, and you hear whatever there was a switch, but it doesn't appear to be working.
All right. Well, we found the mechanism for it, but it needs to be repaired from the looks of things.
Probably
Can
from the
I-
other side.
Can I try to like pop off the thing and see if I can fiddle with the mechanism? I mean, I can. I'm good at picking logs.
So the way this is it's not just like a little cap. It feels like it's a button that pushes deep in. It's like it's hitting something
so-
way back in there. Hey, Nelda Ray, thanks for resubscribing. Happy New Year.
Hey, Nim.
But no, it doesn't feel like... It feels like you're on the wrong side of the lock to actually affect this. You'd have to be in the room underneath to actually access this. It's not that the lock is up on the fountain, it's the fact that something in the fountain pushes in to hit the plate or lock or mechanism on the other side.
Can you get Zelly? Because I think we'll need her for this.
Sure. I go find Zelly.
Roll me an investigation check again.
Just knock on walls, Zelly.
Just go around, start moving, and wait for a move back.
Basically. Okay. Do I have a modifier? I don't think I do. Investigation. Oh, wait! It's inside I suck at. I'm great at investigation. Never mind. Okay. So 19.
So you fly up and top the battlements, one of the towers that kind of overlooks the keep, where there's no one actually patrolling right now. They're kind of on the walls. You just see like this puddle sitting atop, just taking in the sun.
I kind of like fly over and land. I'm like, are we sunbathing?
I don't think I can tan.
No, I don't think you can either. Sometimes it's nice to lay out in the sun.
Is it kind of into the form that is Zelly?
Mhm.
What's up?
Can we have some help?
Sure. As she looks over the edge and then just smack and goes like real wide on the ground.
And then
Slowly pulls back together and then
I just
damage
kind of
is
like
turned off.
float down, just like wings out. I'm just like, does that hurt?
I can't really feel pain that much at all.
Is it fun?
I mean, it makes me feel like I'm being...
And I just like
Whatever, though.
wings all the way out like this.
Yeah, I like that. Makes me feel real long.
All I can think of is long cat.
Long
Yeah.
zone.
So we found a secret button in the fountain that was supposed to help us move it, but something in there is broken. Would you mind helping us press the button from the inside?
It doesn't press from the inside. It's all like broken and gobbledygooked in where the button presses.
And I assume that by this point we kind of like approach
Yeah.
where Tal is. So at least it's broken. It's
Broken?
gobbledygooked
Oh.
and it doesn't press.
It's gobbledygooked on the inside. Alright. So it's badly broken?
Yeah, I tried to take a few of the bits and pieces out, but it doesn't work.
Have you
It's
tried
all like-
pressing on it? Tried activating it?
It doesn't work.
Right.
I pull out like my little notebook and I'm like, could you help draw what it looks like on the inside?
Sure. So basically what she describes is the bit that presses on the fountain goes down at like a bit of a diagonal, and it's actually quite a simple mechanism. It pushes a plate, and there's a series of gears that should in theory move the fountain, but the plate connected to the gears is not working. It's completely disconnected and rusted and broken. The water
Right.
erosion from the fountain dripping down on it has ruined the gears.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you know how far down it is?
It's about 2 cow cinders.
2 cow cinders deep? Okay. because like I'm trying to see if there's a possible way that we can get like from the basement to the.
No, it doesn't connect that side. You'd have to go to it. This is like an emergency exit that goes out.
Yeah.
Okay. So
There's like a bug. What would have been the bug out bag of the former Lord of Ariel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody here of this? I assume with all of the new people that are here, that is able to fix something like this if they had access to it.
The mining guys might be able to, but it depends if you want them to try and get down there first or if you want them to clear out the mine first. This could be another much easier job. They wouldn't. This would be. Well, I suppose you could just send the prospector down here because he would know how to do it.
Yeah.
Assuming it is safe, but Zaddy seems to think it is.
I can have someone look at it.
How long would it take us to like go with him so that we could grab the treasure?
It's caved in. He'll have to mine to it.
Oh, the whole
It's
thing
like
is
an
caved
hour
in.
tunnel. She just made her way through all like the cracks in the rock. Because Zelly can
Okay.
squeeze through a thing as small as like 1 inch, like
Yeah,
and just flip through.
I might bring up a fuzzy.
No. So basically, how this is gonna have to work is you're gonna have to send someone to the hour-long caved-in tunnel, and they're gonna have to dig to it.
Okay.
Well, the mines are going to be cleared out, so the prospectors, the miners that we have here, won't really have any work for the immediate time being. So
That would
we
be.
can always see if they can clear it out.
I think that would also be a really good like escape tunnel in case anything ever happens.
Yeah, in
It's good
case
to have that working.
our old friend decides to pay a visit again.
We should also probably think about setting up some kind of docks eventually.
That is something down the line, but for the moment, try and get us off the ground first. I have spoken to Master of Coin and the Master of Trade back in Burton, who have agreed potentially down the line to help set up something of that measure.
Okay.
That's a good thought, though.
Thank you, Sally.
Thank you, Zanley.
My liege, as she does like a very poor mimic of the Starless. Bye, Zamami, and she walks.
Zamami.
Bye, Sally.
I said some mommy.
Zamami.
I love her so much.
She's so cute.
Yeah, she's got this
That's
very,
funny.
like, you got her to contain her weird in Ojika, but she's just like, her quick method of transportation is that she's just walking face first into a wall and then slipping up through the cracks.
It works
She's
best
so
for her.
strange. I love it.
She is not controlling her weird in Ariel at all.
She doesn't need to. Ariel is her home. And if
Um,
anyone has a problem with it, they can fight some mommy.
Zamami.
Cassidy, at this stage,
okay.
Vocatil does approach you in the courtyard.
Virgiton?
So, Cassidy, there's a small update since last we spoke. I've been speaking with some of the locals, and there's a general concern now that we have a larger population, that we don't have any watchtowers out in our territories, and we don't have walls. And there's requests, and I do think it would boost morale quite a bit of your serfs if we could get a patrol going.
All right.
Joel's a good idea.
That's very
So
reasonable.
that is something you'd have to use a unit for, but it will increase the happiness of your and the general like comfort and safety of your serfs.
Yeah.
Now you can wait till
Oh.
if you don't want to do it tonight, you could wait till the archers arrive and send them on that.
Yeah.
It is another mission.
No, that is definitely definitely a good idea. Probably wait. Actually, Virod mentioned about sending someone to help clear out the mines. I think tonight probably send out our Starless. Probably good for some of the locals who may not be used to seeing Starless around to build up that confidence and goodwill between the two of us.
So you wish to leave no soldiers
No,
in the
the-
keep.
No, send them out tomorrow.
Send them out tomorrow.
Once the archers arrive, send them out to clear out the mines.
And leave the archers on the battlements.
Correct.
As you wish. She soothes herself. So tomorrow when your archers arrive, they will be, which is good to have archers behind fortification because your keep does have statistics for defense and the Starless
So
Patrol.
it makes
Makes
more
sense.
logical sense to do it like that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
did you say Starless are gonna do a patrol? Because you said patrol and you said mines.
No, the Goliaths are going to go into the mines.
He said when the Goliath goes
Okay.
to the mines and the archers arrive, we'll put them on the battlements and send the Starless out.
Yeah.
Oh, you have 3
So,
units,
yeah.
not 2.
Yes.
Never
Hal
mind.
will have 3
Sorry.
units.
So making sure all 3 bases are covered.
Perfect. The rest of the evening, people can do as they so wish. Rainy.
Can we do the thing in the evening where we all go
Yeah.
to the dungeon to check it out?
Yeah. But I realized
Yes,
time.
ma'am.
We're going to go on a quick break first.
Cool.
So we're going to take a quick 5 minutes so everyone can stand up, stretch their legs. This is part of stream where we talk about stuff that's important in the world. Hopefully, yeah, it's better. So we stand with Ukraine. If it's within your means to go over and help the situation over there via donations, I put the Red Cross Ireland because it's the closest charity to me. Otherwise, if you can't afford that, just be aware of what's happening in the world and just try and educate yourself on everything and, be nice to each other. We'll be back soon.
Yes.
Oh,
To answer
Just
that,
do it.
AJ, what's the worst that can happen? We, live on stream, nerf a god into oblivion.
Is it
But like,
nerfing
hear me
though?
out though. Would the god come back if AJ dabbed live on stream?
No. So,
Let's
as the
try
party
it.
gets ready to send down to the undercroft of Ariel Keep, it's, for all the talk of grandeur, it's a large stone room with a beautiful archway that is completely broken on the top. The two sides stand and the actual arch is destroyed. There is runes all across each side of it, and it's very difficult to make out what they say, as they are actually, who here, does someone here have the invocation to read all languages?
Oh, it's the Runekeeper.
I don't know if I
me-
still have it. Let me double check.
I think
no,
it changes
because
the
I
thing
have.
of-
No, because I have comprehend languages, so I can just I can cast that as a ritual and read.
So you do that. It's not that these aren't it's not just, doesn't make sense in the sense of it because they are just runes, but they are in primordial.
Ooh.
So if people read primordial, you can recognize these as primordial runes.
Yeah, finally it's useful.
I can read that. I have primordial.
Primordial.
It's, you can definitely tell from the sides that each side talks about opening and closing a portal to a realm, but whatever realm it was is lost in the top part of the arch.
Right. Okay.
Does it appear to be a specific subset of primordial, like Ignan, Terran, Aquan
No, just primordial, that kind of mix.
in general? Cool. Alright. Interesting. I'll pop a detect magic just to see if there is any lingering shit.
Nope.
How do the remains of the portal look?
Brittle.
Yeah, I mean, like, is it an arch? Is it?
It's an arch, but it's not like the top bit of the arch is broken. There's only the two sides,
Yeah.
two pillars on the side.
Okay.
Right.
Can I try my thing? Can I try?
Yeah, you can try
to
Grim Psychometry.
Zoom in. Computer
Guidance.
enhance. This is my first roll for this session, by the way.
It's okay, you didn't have
I'm
rolled
guiding
last
you.
time.
Yeah, that's very true. I rolled well.
I
Okay.
guide. Plus a diff.
Okay, it's a natural 20 plus D4 plus my stuff.
Let's fucking go.
Just super
Okay.
casual, like, don't worry about it.
Plus what? Plus Arcana. So that's 30. Just 30.
Okay, so a
Let's
vision
fucking
starts to
go.
come to you of the past, an echo of the magic that took place here. You see a younger gentleman, maybe late 20s, early 30s, by the look of it, the back of him, as he is running his hands over the fully constructed arch. Do you speak primordial?
I only speak common.
Then you'd have no idea what it says. As you see him running his hands along the things, and the archway ignites into a portal, and rocks start falling down behind him. As he looks back, and the glimmer of the portal starts to shake, looking quite unstable. A large piece of castle comes down, hits him on the shoulder, looks like it dislocates his right shoulder, and it just hangs limp. And he looks back and he just darts through, and rubble falls behind, cutting off the arch, breaking it, and sealing him. You recognize that underneath it, crushed, were many just glass and alchemical artifacts, like puts together. You look like there was probably a staff here that got completely crushed to mulch by the end of it. So it looks like he lost a lot of his like components, or like a component patch, and just like stuff that he would want to use to just travel with. That by the time it was excavated, was either crushed to dust, turned to mulch, or just lost to erosion.
Okay, a couple of questions. First of all, the guy looks how he was described to us, right?
I don't believe it was ever described to you, but Elias, I believe, is his name.
I think we got some sort of explanation to who he was. I'm trying to.
You
find
know he
it
is
now.
related to
Yeah.
the Terendir Crown. He is an offshoot cousin.
Offshoot
Yeah.
cousin.
Yeah, very far removed to Crown, wouldn't be in line to inherit for a long time. But
Okay.
does From the general like vibe of what you know of Ariel's history, this looks like the old lord of the manor.
It is a bit okay. What I have as wizard, blah blah blah, disappeared 70 years ago, experimenting with illusion, which I did not see any illusion in this. He was like moving on to something else, I guess.
You know, he was trying to make illusion reality.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Second question is, when the portal like started actually acting, did I see inside? What was there inside?
No, it was like this like gossamer veil that you couldn't see through.
Just magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Another question. I don't speak primordial, but I have pretty high intelligence. Would I be able to concentrate on the top part and try to memorize to like scribble it for Anna?
I'd say you don't speak the language. There's no point in me asking you to roll for this. It would be trying to. It doesn't
like
use
symbols.
the same. It's a language, so it's a language with script you don't recognize and a language you don't speak. So we had this couple. I feel like I'm getting deja vu. We had this exact almost scenario. Someone trying to ask the same thing. Can I? It was like I think it was someone trying to say, could they like? It was with the giant. They're like, can I just try like recreate the words saying it? It's like you could make like vague ideas like descriptions, but it would like it wouldn't work, unfortunately.
Okay, that's
It'd
fine.
be like it'd be like trying to describe what a Sanskrit rune would be that you've seen for
Well, it's not
less than 6
describing. It's
seconds.
just I see like a hieroglyphic and I try to memorize and draw the same symbol. But if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. It doesn't matter too much.
No, they're intricate runes. I'd say no.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine. I'll relay what I got to the group.
So we
The important thing, you didn't see Elias die.
Mm-hmm.
No, he
He jumped in. He was like,
Right.
Right.
do you guys
Would
want
I-
to like contact Elias?
I mean, I could either contact him or I could ask the god of magic. Sorry, the ascendant of magic.
Oh,
They might know.
from the clap of thunder I heard earlier today, it seems like you talked to him today. How did that go?
Sure. It went well. You see Merc just like grabbing the second scorched holy symbol you've seen in a
Castiel.
couple of weeks.
You said the ascendant of magic.
Changing words because Cal was in the room, not because it's what she believes. Merc would definitely be saying that for that reason.
You do feel
Okay.
watchful eyes that are not impressed.
Merc can't catch a break.
No.
If he's watching me, he would understand, because Merc cannot lie. She knows that she is a bullshit liar. So she's changing her vocab to suit her allies, much like Cal did earlier.
I understand. The
Cool.
Zephyr can
Just
still
making
just be
sure you
like, put some respect on that name.
Yeah, how we intend things and how they come up, it's not always lining up, so it's fine.
Anyway.
Also,
Well-
the Zephyr isn't the best person. Maybe he doesn't give a fuck.
Anyway.
He's like, I didn't free humanity from the giants to be referred to as a hero.
So, Merc, the symbols look shitty.
Okay, I didn't do a hero job to be called a hero.
Yes, Lezephican and Zagolia have decided the best course of action to protect everyone from Samael ascending would be to remove the last piece Samael needs. And as I believe it, nobody can actually be given power by Nemevana currently. In the
Makes sense.
entirety of Quenthos.
Is not having a life god anymore gonna like fuck up the circle of life?
I don't know, Zamani.
Hopefully not for long. In the long run, it's probably for the best, because if he does ascend, the entire humanity becomes undead, which is even worse.
I mean,
I think it is
A drastic
one
measure.
of the best courses of action that could be done.
She will be mad though.
Can I insight check Merc to see if she's saying that because she feels like she has to say it, or if she actually believes it?
Yeah, roll
Do I
insight.
believe Merc in that?
I'll let AJ interpret the results.
It's 14. I've got no modifiers.
Cool. Well, Merc would say, I think you'd be certainly picking up on both, but she certainly does see the more greater good aspect of this. You know, a very Machiavellian, like, you know, for the betterment of the majority as opposed to, yeah.
Yes. Curious. It's funny,
Certainly
just in
word
terms
for
of
it.
the rationale behind Ascended so far, Samael thinks in the long run it's the betterment to turn humanity, or at least large parts of it, into undead to stop the giants. They think it's better to lock gods away in order to stop Samael. It's interesting. Just in terms of very much similar ways of thinking.
Well, who knows?
But I think we're getting a little bit sidetracked here from this
Yeah.
portal.
I can get yes or no answers for is Elias still alive, for example.
If it's primordial, I assume it is. Well, I imagine it may be connected to an elemental plane of sorts. That would make sense. Which, in that case, do you think Zephyr
Roll me an
know
Arcana
much
check.
about?
Listen, dear.
Oh, yes, please. That's a natural fucking 20. That is a
Yo.
natural fucking 20.
While
So that is
primordial is often associated with the elemental planes,
36.
it's
for
also
reference.
a lot of it is considered like magic of creation can often come down to
Okay.
primordial. It's like building blocks. So
Right.
it's like while it could be associated with that, it could also be more associated to a realm of creation.
Okay. But it's, yeah. Okay. But yeah, so definitely a portal like this is definitely some sort of transportation to another plane.
It's definitely transport
or another world.
to another plane.
Like it's not just like a teleportation circle to Rindleton. It's
No,
to
no.
It's a big.
This is how you get to Rendleton. You rebuild this.
Yeah.
No. It's definitely it takes.
Yeah.
It opens and then closes to make sure nothing can come back through, but it's a connector to another realm of existence.
No,
Okay.
this circle just leads to just beneath the fountain. That's it.
He was human, right? The dude, the boy, or
I
he's
believe so.
half elfen
At
because
least
he's
from the
part of the
human side.
crown. Uh-huh.
True, but the crown was not always half elf. That was part of the prophecy of
yeah,
Anathor.
that's what
His
I'm
father
saying.
was not.
Cal, do you know how time works on the other planes? You're a learned type.
Des, do
Which
I know how
plane?
time works?
They all work different.
Maybe depending on the plane. They all have different ways in terms of time flow.
Of course
I know
they
in
do.
the like Des, what's the Fey plane? The
Vitrisian.
Vitruvian. Vitruvian time basically stands still, for example. Doesn't exactly flow as it does here, or any way we would understand. So it depends entirely where he went.
And these runes do not give you any knowledge on the where.
I'm guessing no.
No.
From what
You would have
we
needed the top part of the arch to see that.
All right.
Are there any like big rock pieces that we can kind of like
They were all
Jenga?
cleared out. This place is clean.
Some doofus. Got
The
rid of the
guy threw it
evidence.
at me like, doing my job, boss.
Yeah, what the-
throwing out
we don't need this.
Throwing out the rubble, boss.
Oh, what is this stack? Fuck it.
That's
I
broken
can't read
wood.
this. He's like, I can't read this, so it's definitely not writing.
Yeah, this sucks.
Look, there probably was some stuff that shouldn't have been thrown out that was thrown out.
Suing.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Do
Okay,
we know
well,
where it would have been thrown out?
Would have
It's
been
been
part of it off.
70 years.
Ah,
Yeah.
Nothing. This was cleared out. It's been like 70 days at most, not even.
yeah,
Hmm.
like
been like a couple of weeks since Ariel was built. Like
Hunting it
rebuilt.
down is technically an option,
Yeah, sift through the local dump for pieces of stone.
basically.
I mean, some of us have nothing to do for the next day and a half because Cal needs to talk. I can look through trash. I'm not picky.
Sure. You got a thoughts, Macastil?
I do have thoughts.
That's
I
good.
love that there's magic to
but-
skip that, but Rainer's like, I'll dig in the trash.
Yeah. Well, Rainier investigates for living. That's what mercenaries do. Bounty hunters investigate. So this seems
I
logical.
don't think.
Mhm.
Yeah, Merc, I don't believe has anything for that in particular, but I'm fairly certain. I just need to have a look at the fucking. Where is it? Yeah, that's right. Pretty sure. What's that? 30 minutes? No, I need longer than that. Divination. Perfect. I could find out if we would find the pieces we need within a week. I mean, I'd know the truth. If that's what we want to try, but
Well, I don't think it's. Try it if you want over the next few days, but if you want.
Well, we have a day and a half. Personally, I have nothing to do in that time. Might
Sure.
as well.
By all means. I think for now we probably won't find out too much more, but
hang on, do I have... Oh no, the brakes on the wood.
right. I don't think there's anything else to discover at the moment, so good luck.
It would make a nice arcane workshop, for what it's worth, down here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is this the only thing that's in this room?
Yeah, everything else has been cleared out.
Okay.
You didn't have like a purpose to give this room because you didn't know what would even be down here.
Yeah,
So-
but there is nothing invisible in this room that Merc
No.
can see with her vision. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Merc will start casting a commune.
Yeah. Not consult the storm, but consult the storm a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, consult the storm without the property damage.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I get more questions than one.
What would you like to ask?
So his name was Elias Ariel.
Tyrandia. What was it? I thought it was Tyrandia.
It was the Ariel family that was close to the Trenders.
Okay.
It's like
Mhm.
Gostic's like sisters married off kind of family.
Yeah. Is Elias Ariel still alive?
Yes.
Okay. Are they on one of the primordial planes?
No.
Okay. Merc doesn't know much about the planes, so not as one of the three questions, she would ask Cal if there were any other planes that would use primordial language.
But technically, you could use it to reach any plane theoretically. I gather that's what you're implying, Des.
Yeah, any plane where
It's like a
creation is
building
thing.
block.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it's be like
Doesn't
right
relate to
doing your
anything.
runes in Elvish, or it's like
Yeah.
you must choose a language.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it doesn't really hint towards any in particular.
Why did he do it in primordial? That's very bizarre for a human to write a arcane gate plane shifting spell in primordial.
Maybe he's just flexing.
But maybe he's just had his background in Primordial. That's what he learned it in, and that's what he decided to stick with.
Also, primordial would make it harder for the average person to come in and know what's going on.
Yeah, he was writing and he was like snickering. Haha, Rainier can't read this.
Look, I could do
I
that
just
in
know.
Elvish. I could do it in Ravenfolk. I could do it in like Undercommon. I could do it in. I could probably do it in Common too and get away with that.
How dare? I know Cohen very well.
Why don't you ask, do you know where he is, just in general? Because that rules it out if he's gone beyond the sight of...
That is actually pretty smart. Yeah.
Do you know where he is?
My vision on him flickers.
That's interesting. That's Lezefrican talking, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you
What
were
are
saying
his-
like seeping through the through the ceiling, just a little bit of cloud that Merc's talking to.
Uh-huh. What is Lezefrican's like planes? What is his
Robosa, he'd be on the
domain?
celestial realm. Where all the other
That's
gods.
it.
But his vision
Gotcha.
goes past that. Like all gods would be
Mhm.
able to see past.
What would
Yeah.
make a god vision flicker?
Roll.
I imagine
If you are proficient in
potentially
Arcana, roll.
Ask him.
I can roll.
Potentially the shifting
Guidance.
storms of chaos. Cast the
Guidance
floor.
for you.
Is there anyone who's proficient?
Yes.
Anyone who's proficient in Arcana.
Okay,
I'm
well.
proficient because I'm a fucking Arcana domain. Let's go.
Let's go. 22 for me.
That is big numbers. 34.
Big
Nat
numbers
20
indeed.
through 26.
Yes. Anna, are you proficient?
I am. I don't want to talk about that. We're gonna go.
Rip.
Based? Never mind. So, as Calcinder is about to start talking, it's exactly that. Karsathor. The shifting storms of chaos. Some of its moons are specifically the moon where the Gisp race resides. Blinks in and out of existence randomly.
Oh.
Also, the shifting storms of chaos is a innate force that turns chaotic energy into reality. If someone would wish to make their
Ah.
illusions solidify, Karsathor could
So it's a plane of what?
Work.
chaos, utmost chaos.
Plane of
And
chaos.
utmost chaos and utmost creation.
So it's a plane that is a planet and some moons around it, yes?
Well, every planet has moons. Well, not everyone. Some of them kind of lost them. We don't talk
yeah,
about it.
but like
But,
all of it
yeah.
together is a
Yeah, it's a
plane.
gas giant, so to speak. The Karsathor itself doesn't actually have like the planet itself doesn't have any like physical landmass on it, bar the core, which is you don't need to know about. But the moons are the only things that would have actual like walkable mass on them.
I see. And people live there. People chill.
Not that most people are aware of. You've met one Gith who claims to have been from there.
Yeah, the tavern lady.
Yeah.
That's
But
right, yeah.
like it's not common knowledge to anyone that it's an inhabitable place.
Hmm.
Well, that explains where he went. Or at least where I think he probably went.
Yeah.
I don't particularly fancy a trip there at the moment. I think that's a little bit out of our way, but useful to know for now.
Definitely. All right. So, guess we're all good here then.
Mhm.
Cool.
You make your way out of the undercroft of Ariel. Casting at the end of the day, you've decided you're sending Goliaths in the morning to the mines, sending as long as no changes.
Yep.
I know exactly that.
And in terms of my little meeting with Sahiri,
Yes, that will happen in the evening. As she kind
But
of
yeah.
comes up. So, the Lord of the Castle wishes to see me. Have I done
Indeed.
something wrong?
no, I just find it quite interesting that someone who is quite seemingly a humble bard is important enough that I should want to meet them, from what I've heard.
Hey, Corsair's Cove is running
And-
us with a party of 19.
Hey,
Very pog. How are you guys? What were you? I'm a guest
Hey,
D&D
guys.
because we're all nerds of a feather.
yeah, look, nuns of the
What were you doing? Playing or prepping or planning?
Humble
How's that
word.
went? Whoa,
You mean
nice.
OGL compliant tabletop gaming of nondescript nature?
Yes. How's your time
It's
with
my
researching
favorite
Pathfinder
game.
going? Fellow GM, not DM, because that is licensed by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. Stop, Des. Stop.
Oh shit!
Legally,
Our
I
overlay
can
says
stop.
Dungeon Master. No. They've got me by the leg. Help!
Do it.
So,
But yes, and obviously secretive enough that she didn't want to interest herself formally at court.
I'm hardly someone that needs introduction. I'm just a talented bard, making my way, earning a bit of coin. That's what we tell
Right.
people, isn't it?
Of course. So, talked by who the honor to? Sahiri? Or if there's another name I can refer to you by, if that's
So here it works.
there.
I find myself in a situation where we can perhaps benefit from each other. You have a new keep, a new court where many people come to see you, see new things.
Mhm.
I'm associated with an organization known as the Rahashir. We like to watch the way the world works. We like to know the makers and shakers of the political world of Quentis, making sure no one climbs too high or causes too much of a stir. I'm but a
And
humble
if they-
foot soldier,
Right.
but I assure you every court has one. And the proposition is, you can know you have one, and we can work symbiotically. Or I will leave. And there is sure to be a parasite.
Intriguing offer. I'm curious, what do you do to those that climb too high, as you call it?
The
What
tallest
happens?
flowers are the ones that get plucked, aren't they? If they don't agree with our agenda. Just moving
And
sure
what is that agenda?
the betterment of society. And if we line our own pockets along the way, so be it.
The betterment of society for whom?
For those
from
who wish
whose
to
perspective?
see a freer Quentis without strife. Without troubles. Wars are very rarely profitable for the right people. We wish to line our pockets, live a long life, surrounded by gold, good food, good women, good men. Those that seek to disrupt the peace that we cultivate, well, we just listen to the Song of Cities.
A most intriguing offer, and one that I did not expect to be presented with, so here I am.
Within
Accept
your
you in,
court
or
there are
accept a
whispers.
parasite? And I'm most certainly sure there are.
Isn't it better to have someone who can hear them?
Perhaps. How can I trust you, though, that you report and tell me what these whispers are accurately, and not to whatever ends you see fit?
You can't. But you risk not knowing who would come in my stead.
I suppose.
I have been forthright already. I have shown you enough. I've told you enough. If I had feigned to show up here in a disguise, masked my presence, all you would have seen is a very, very beautiful, well-trained bard from the College of Sakti Lavia.
Which is what I think we all saw. but I think I would have to be a fool to refuse your offer. So here,
You would be.
better to know the face, collecting the whispers.
We can rise strong together. An ally of the Rahashir. Your people are new to us, to the surface. We have many connections. And as long as you don't see yourself a lord of chaos, trying to domineer the world or put yourself a tyrant, it's no coincidence the last time a tyrant sat Ariel, there was an accident.
I see. Well, I do not intend to rule as a tyrant. I want to claim Quenthos as my own or anything of that sort. So, if I am to believe you, judging what you said, I have nothing to fear.
Then you have nothing
And
to fear.
only anything to gain.
As I said,
Who do you
Sinbad.
serve as for the Rahashir?
Who do I serve? The Master of Whispers. He above all else.
And does this Master of Whispers have a name?
Xerxes Stren. As for my
Well,
contacts within the Rahashir, those are mine and mine alone.
Of course. Very well. I would be honored to offer you a place here at court. Not that I'm sure, from the sounds of things, if I turned it down, someone would come anyway, but formally offer you a place here.
We welcome you to court, Prince Callus, India. Let's see what sort of player you are going to be.
Indeed. I am quite interested to know if you've picked up any whispers of note. Start this symbiotic relationship off on a good foot.
Note, you have a lot of potential within this keep. The whispers among the common folk still see you as a threat. But they are afraid from the last owner of Ariel. As for the dignitaries and ambassadors that come to your court, the day is a little too short to pick up on these subtle intricacies.
Of course. But in the future, I hope to hear productive things, at the very least. Or, if everything here seems to be boring, then I suppose that will do, but
I can show you after
we'll see what you can find.
the Saint of Undeath shows up at your doorstep. It's not going to be boring.
No.
Eh,
And I think that is the start of a long list of, I suppose, interesting would be one word for it, Offensia.
Yeah. Certainly of note. I already know a little bit of you all as the Kingfishers. We know a little bit of you all. Your trial by Odyssey, many people don't know the face behind those tasked. She plays her cards a little bit that she has either connections or has been or was in the court of Ariel when it was announced, because the public outcry was that the assassins have been sent on a trial of Odyssey, never publicly decreed that it was you all.
Yeah, because there's been no official things without our names put out at all as
No.
labeling us.
No,
Which
it was
is
that it was dealt with
okay.
and that you were sent on it. There was a trial by Odyssey issued.
Well, I'm curious what the Rahashia in the court of Burton overheard. I was there not too long ago. Most curious.
Most curious.
Let's see here. Do you require accommodation here, or do you have your own in town?
I don't need so much accommodation now. She runs her hand along the seam of the wall, and the doorway starts to open up. My accommodation follows me as she casts Magnificent Mansion.
That's fucking
Fancy.
cool. That's fucking dope.
She's powerful.
I was gonna say bitches don't need sleep, but you know even better.
Yeah, just counterspell. No.
Bitches don't need fucking
Imagine.
doors.
Well, good night to you.
Pleasant dreams to you. I hope they go well with the contacts you'll make tonight.
So
She heard
ominous.
that.
Fucking hell,
She heard that.
You heard that
Interesting.
he hears lots
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky bitch.
as she steps in and the door becomes invisible to you.
Dispel magic. She falls out of the wall.
Just to be petty. Nice.
Yeah, that's a great way to set off with a secret organization that tries to cull political leaders.
Yeah,
They don't have sense of humor. It's just a joke.
I just had a god in prison. Do you think I care? No.
Is that this? So wait, I didn't know that we knew Xerxes' last name unless it's someone else's Xerxes. Xerxes.
No, Xerxes Stren is the full name that is more uncommonly known. It was his pre-ascended name. It was his full
Okay.
name. But the Rahashir is a organization that finds their roots as devout worshippers of Xerxes.
Intriguing.
Zamani's like, tell me now, Cal. That bitch may have an altar in her home.
Right?
Yep. Hey, look,
That
if
bitch
Smiley
might
meant
just be Xerxes.
I mean, yeah,
Never seen
she'll
them in the same
probably
room.
ask you, like, if she knew that you were going to talk to her, how it went. Since
Also,
she's
fun
kind of the one
fact,
who set up that
It's
meeting.
not a place you guys ever went, but in Sathasa, the main college of Sakti Lavia is in Sathasa.
Cool.
so. When we go out to
Suck the
kill
lava, yeah.
Screw, when we go out to kill Screw, eventually, we'll also pay a visit there. Cool.
Suck the lava up. Sounds good.
And
Like-
Merc is dying against him. Nice.
Yeah, look, 100%. 100%. How many damage do you guys have?
Show me the spelling.
I will.
And
Guys,
then I
we
won't
just
make
have to
fun of it.
sneak. Come on. Let me hit a spicy 20 on fucking Screw, please.
I want to disintegrate him back. I don't give a fuck.
Sakti Lavia. That's actually really cool spelling. I like that.
And do you want the
Um,
spelling of the Rahashir as well?
Sure.
Interesting. It's on the World Anvil.
I was about
Yeah,
to
no, I
copy and
figured
paste
as
the
much.
link to the World Anvil.
Yeah, you could as well
True.
if you want.
Rahashir. Okay, so it's phonetic. Nice.
So,
Cool,
As the evening comes, I am. My girlfriend is also your boss's girlfriend. What?
It's Cal about Xerxes. Like, show some respect.
Ooh. It's a dream tonight, isn't it?
It is dream tonight. It's time.
So much happening.
It is. So Cal, Mark, you find Cal in the evening, or Cal finds Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
I need to know beforehand. What happened? Do I need to worry about anything that happened with the Zephyrin? Anything that may
I
interfere with
don't
this?
think so. Nothing should.
All right. Let's do this then. As Calcindia casts Dream to contact Valor.
Okay. I'd say you probably leave this quite late, just to make sure
Yes.
hope she's
yeah.
asleep.
Making sure to look like the graves of Merc's parents in the cemetery.
Yep.
So you cast Dream. The familiar visage of Awa. She looks quite like either annoyed or like shocked. Finishes the dream, comes through, she goes, "What is the meaning of this? I don't like to be called to dreams when I don't need to be."
Macastian?
Hi, Valor.
All yours.
What's the meaning of this, Macastil?
I received a vision of my mother a couple of days ago. Her speaking to the four of you, telling you not to let me become a pantheist, due to a vision that she'd had and a different path she had seen for me.
Vision's meant to be more cryptic.
What's her reaction as soon as I drop that?
There's definitely like a little bit of shock to it, just through your passive insight, that she's like, she wasn't expecting this to be the reason. But she snaps back to very composed a couple seconds later.
Yep. I mean, I don't know, I don't receive too many visions, but since this concerned my mother and her wishes seem to have not been followed, I want to know what you know of this.
Would have been more polite if you'd contacted me in advance. This is not like I like to spend my nights. Tell me more of this vision you had. What did you see?
I saw my mother and the four of you. My mother looked at me and then spoke to the four of you and begged you to turn me away if I came to ask to worship. Then three of you, yourself, Treth, and Silverus, walked away, whilst Harden stayed to comfort my mother.
Kalan was a woman plagued by visions, Macastil. She had come to us many times. There was times when she saw much nicer things would happen. She saw ill omen in a lot of things. Towards the end, she saw nothing but good for you.
Did this particular encounter happen though?
It did.
What
I
was her
remember
reasoning
it.
behind? What was her reasoning behind not wanting Macastil to follow the path as a pantheist?
Mother wants a dangerous life for her daughter. She saw much strife. She saw much death, much trauma and turmoil.
And throughout all of this, Merc is looking for any lies, by the way. Just constantly
Well, I mean,
looking for
insight.
lies. Yeah. That's a natural 19 plus insight of 10, 29.
So there's no lies, but it feels like she's leaving stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Was it only ever visions that she saw, or were there actual prophecies that she received?
She had prophecies upon time. She shared them with Harden mostly.
Okay.
But you heard some of them.
I have been privy to one or two.
Concerning me?
Various things of the colleges. I did not write them down. They were not mine to have.
Why did you choose to accept me then, if it was my mother's wish to not?
You saw the letter your mother left you at the end. She wished for you to go down this path in the end. She gave you that amulet.
I found the letter and the amulet. She didn't give them to me. She couldn't.
Semantics. She left them for you all the same.
The letter wasn't dated, was it?
No. If it was dated, I would have known it was dated.
Yeah.
You didn't date that bitch.
Yep. Hmm. I spoke to my mother. What? Yesterday, I think. Spoke to her spirit. She's with Celelio.
That's where she chose to rest, then.
Yes.
Interesting, but all the power to her. She had to choose somewhere.
Do you have any way of being able to contact Harden's spirit? For more than just a speak with dead?
No, I do not. Harden isn't somebody who sending even to a soul is not always assured, and I don't feel like Arden found peace in his end, so.
You're saying his spirit may be wandering?
I'm saying it was claimed, probably by Celelio.
Right. Fuck, I can't think. It's so late. God damn it.
Take your time. I was expecting you to press a lot more at different angles, so don't rush just because you're tired. Take your time to think.
So I know she's leaving shit out.
Yes. I'll give you moments when she left stuff out. She left stuff out when she was talking about the prophecies, for sure. You feel like she definitely knows of more prophecies. And 100%. She also probably feels like she knows a little bit more about that letter than she's letting on in the amulet.
Okay. You and I both know that knowledge is an incredibly powerful thing. And I am asking you, as a friend, to trust me with the information that you are keeping from me.
Tima Castile, these are old conversations, old wounds. Your mother was a very emotional woman. I don't know what you want me to. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
The entire truth. I know you're leaving things out. The letter. The amulets. I just want the truth.
So roll me, I'll say this is the first persuasion check of this skill challenge. I'll give you advantage.
Fuck my life. Thank you. Oh, I will need it. Needed 2 charisma, let's go. With advantage, that is 2 14s. So that's actually 2 12s.
Well, the DC is set with you in mind, so don't worry. It's not like I'm going to set a DC that's way out of your range. These are... I was much younger when I took over the temple in the college. You must allow an older woman to have her wounds. I did not always see eye to eye with your mother.
Okay. Different angle then. These prophecies. If they are to do with me, I have the right to know. You know that I can't... Not telling me a prophecy is not going to stop it from happening.
Make this the second persuasion at advantage.
Oh, 11 and nat 20 for an 18.
18.
Fucking hate
You
it.
asked me to. You asked me to uncover a lot of old. Perhaps you do have reason to know. But knowledge of a prophecy does not always spell good fortune. If you know it, you may just bring it to fruition. That was our fear.
I understand this. Then that's partially why I have Cal with me. He's good at deciphering clues, portents, things like that.
I don't have it written word for word, but I can give you the interpretation. I can give you some truth, but perhaps if you do no friend a favor of not thinking less of me for my selfishness. Your mother did not wish you to walk this path. It was myself, Harden, Breath, and Silverus who put the container with the necklace and the left back in your house after your father passed. Wasn't her final intent. But the potential you have, you good or bad, it spelt so much. I'll recall it. I do not recall it perfectly. The hero of 4 will bring back balance to humanity's leaders, or see them torn asunder. 1 to see the leading of humanity's churches, or see only one be the strongest among them at the cost of the lives of innocents.
Okay. Thank you for telling me this.
You had too much potential to just ignore. For all we knew, ignoring it would see the same as if you never tried. We had to make you try.
Not your choice to make. But I understand why you made it for me.
It's the will of the gods.
It was your wills. You must take this blame. I hold
do.
no ill will towards you for it, but it was your choice.
Mercestia, that is a fair statement to make, but I see no blame in this. You've done great things.
I've also done terrible things.
We granted you an opportunity at more than just another peasant in Burton. I won't take blame for giving you more opportunity. I would take responsibility. Yes, we ensured it would happen. Our interpretations with all the gods saw it fit. It was your mother's hesitation. Your mother wanted a quiet life for you. But you were never destined for a quiet life. She knew it. She just tried to hide it. She tried to stop it. Does not stop the will of the gods. And perhaps we are seeing a path with Hardin gone where not all balance in humanity's leaders is brought about. But the empowerment of those left, worth the risk. The Zephykin holds much dominion already.
Not too sure if Silrus and Hardin would see it the same way.
We all saw it the same way, McEstiel. We all saw that in the end it would be our faith that was strongest. It was a risk all of us knew. We're not perfect, but we could bring you to the power. As all think our avenues of faith would be the one to come out on top. I never thought it would be Silelio. She's too far gone. And Lizefrican helped see fit that she was stripped from your knowledge and your attention. Now Nemivana, for the sake of risk, has been taken too. This I've been shown. I mean this with love for the gods and nothing else, but Zagolia is not a fighter. I always had confidence it would be Lizefrican. Emboldened. He will show you to do many great things I've seen, your mother has seen. It was a risk. All of us took it. All of us thought we would be seeing the next great of our faith. But only one of us could have been right if it went the wrong way. I was right.
We shall see what happens then. Maybe not yet.
I guess I don't see why this is a we shall see. If you manage to reunite all four somehow, again, you still just see benefit for all of them. It's a no-lose situation for me. I'm not your enemy in this. I helped set you on this path. It's not done out of malice. Done out of selfishness, perhaps, for my god, but is that not what faith is about? Seeing one's god put to the most precipice?
Do I believe that she doesn't think it's malice?
Give me insight.
Cool, that's a 23.
Yeah, she's doing this for her faith. There's no ill intent behind this. She's confident that if it had gone to the bad side of the prophecy, it would be Lizefrican left the powered one.
You can definitely see that Merc has like a very restrained, very cold fury, but she is trying her best to be as kind as she can given the circumstances. Like Cal, you'd see this like clear as day.
Not all of us are
Right.
pantheists, McEstiel. I don't care for the faith of Silelio or Mivana or Zagolia. I never have.
I understand. Right. Well, thank you for this. If there's nothing more you wish to share, then I'll leave you to your rest.
It was originally Hardin who put the amulet and the letter. Your mother wrote that before she received her final prophecies about you. The vision you saw of her happened perhaps 3 weeks before you were born. It was the last I saw of her.
Thank you, Valor.
You'll
I
do
hope
great
the
things,
festival
my
goes
Castiel.
well for you.
It will. It's all the same, I would like to get back to my rest. No, you'll
Nodded
still be an
Cal.
ally of the College of Storms, my Castiel. Even if you don't become the High Priest of all 4 of humanity's leaders, you'll still be important to us. And to Lizafican.
Merc just, like, in the dream turns around and walks off.
Cal, you can drop the
As
spells
Cal
you see fit.
drops.
Valor,
Cal, I send you.
snapping.
You come too.
I imagine we're in the library, the war room meeting
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Cal will just sort of just walk over. So I imagine there's like a sort of decanter of wine already there, like
Yeah.
for meetings and stuff. Just pour a glass. Hand it to me.
There's tears as soon as Merc wakes up. Just silent tears.
Have a drink, my Castiel. Come on.
Thank you for this, Cal.
Of course. Is there anything you wanted to talk about with all this, or did you need some time?
I think no matter what Valor says, whatever she thinks may come to pass, whatever plans, all of these choices will be my own. It's my destiny after all. I should have some say, shouldn't I?
Of course. However, if there are those like the Zephyrin meddling in it, it may be influenced a bit outside of your control if you let it go too far.
We have a saying in the, the world above, I suppose you'd call it. Shoot for the moon and you'll fall among the stars. I intend to unite the 4 in balance. I hope you'll help me. I hope the rest of the Kingfishers will too.
Of course.
Good night, Cal.
As
Good
you
rest you.
make your separate ways and Castiel, you have to process the new information. More of my time is unfortunately my work is very ungamer this week. And I'm not going to start something with only 10 minutes left, unfortunately, so we're going to wind down here. This is the last little bit of the stream where I'm going to chill for just a second. If you liked what you saw, please consider following the channels. People who did today, Alex Gamer, I think that's the spelling of that with all the numbers in it. And hi Mark, 12313. Thanks for following. But yeah, consider following us, and if you want to see some cool content before Wizards rips the LGL out of everyone's asshole, we put some stuff up on our Patreon recently. That was pretty cool. The link I'll put in chat there recently for our Patreon. We did D in December, where we put out a subclass and a race every week for 5 weeks of December, and over the next few weeks we're going to assemble that into one massive PDF that'll be up on the Patreon. It's only $5 if that's within your means. Pretty cool. It's I'm very proud of it. Something I'm very, very proud of. These 2 gamers both helped work on it, and that's very, very cool. And all the gamers are very, very cool. But we'll be back again Monday, because work can't do shit about that, because that's my holiday week. So
let's go.
Other than that, we're gonna pop off, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.